Hey, Wings, you fat fucking nigger. You're 500 pounds. Kill your fucking self, fat ass.
This dude sounds like that.
There is a gout dimension between that which is known to man. It is a dimension filled with a vast greed and as useless as infinity. It is the middle ground between bored and lazy, between begging and foughting, and it lies between the pit of man's gluttony and the summit of his stupidity. This is a dimension of depravity. It is an area which we call the pig rub zone. What is up, my psychopaths, sociopaths, in general, six sons of bitches of the internet? How you all doing today? I'm hoping each and every single one of you is doing well. Yeah, this is kind of an abrupt stream. You can be a mod when you're around, Mod Jackal. You lazy fucker. Thank you very much, Memology. So yeah, this is an impromptu stream that I'm putting together pure because I just need to cut a promo on this motherfucker because I found out about the interview between Watering, who you see lovely plastered all over the screen. This man puts my beard to fucking shame. Yes, I actually do blitz, believe it or not, but I mean, I was pulling an all-nighter editing my Let's Plays, because, you know, some people don't fucking do that. And then I was watching this while I was watching this while I was editing. I was like, you know what? No, I need to stream this. I need to cut a promo right here. I need to go old fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin rock style. Memology. And yeah, this needs to be talked about because first of all, I got nothing against Jeremy. I don't know him personally, but holy fucking shit. This interview was awful. Like, this is what he has complained about in the past. This is a fucking fluff piece. This isn't an interview. This is a fluff piece. Alright? He's not, and the argument can be made, he's not an interviewer. He's not a professional interviewer or any of that shit. But neither am I, and I've done 3 goddamn fucking interviews with other personalities, Femojules7X, Oats and Goats, and Guru Larry, and I did my fucking research on them. It feels like Quartering did no fucking research whatsoever. So I just wanna, we're gonna go through this in its fucking entirety. I'm not on camera right now because I look horrible and it's fucking 4:30 in the morning, so let's just go.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, just off. Probably one of the biggest gets online. A 2-hour.
Yeah, he's the fucking, he is the goddamn white whale.
DSP.
Because he's just so afraid of talking to anybody.
The myth, the legend. Now, to the many that strongly dislike him, to the many that love him, I am unaware of the specifics of why you may love him or why you may hate him. I asked you, the viewer, for some interview questions. I asked as many as I reasonably could. I think the interview, I hope the interview will be entertaining to you.
Oh, it's entertaining, but for the wrong reasons.
Story. He seems to me to be a relatively humble man.
Nah, okay, no.
Willing to
red flag right there immediately.
He's made mistakes in the past, but also a man that has his problems. Undoubtedly, as you will see, he admits to on this call.
No, he does. He admits to a few, but not all.
At the end of the day, I'm not here to humanize DSP. I'm not here to dehumanize him.
No, that's his job.
What I'm here to do is entertain you.
Mainly the demonizing part.
If you did enjoy this, if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comment section down below by leaving a like and a comment telling me so.
Yeah, he already did. This is pre-recorded.
If you don't want to see any more of this, do the same. And to those that will be disappointed that I didn't ask a specific question, look, some things were off limits.
Right. Okay. Immediate red flag there. Immediate fucking red flag. As someone who has done 3 interviews before, as I've already stated, you want to ask the hard questions or you want to ask the good questions. If someone is not willing to answer these questions, then they're either embarrassed by or they're going to try and deflect those questions. Each interview that I've done, all 3 of them, all 3 of the interviewees had no fucking problem answering any question I goddamn put towards them. Guru Larry even talked about fucking DSP, and Guru Larry went on record and called fucking off Alpha Omega Sin a goddamn asshole. So the fact that you've got DSP on your channel, and he refuses and says it's off limits to ask certain questions, to me that just feels like it's deflecting.
This is the world of the interviewer and interviewee. You can't get people on your show if you're going to ask them questions that are going to make them recoil. Now, did I go hard? I think I did a few times.
You really didn't.
I asked some very specific questions that were submitted by you. Did I ask him to show me?
The only person I know right now who loves a softball more than Jeremy right now is Sid Vicious.
I'm not law enforcement. One, I could not expect that. But 2, I would never get an interview. So I did the best I could. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into this interview with DSP.
Okay.
Now this is a goddamn shock.
Popular.
What's even shocking is I think I've got that same fucking chair as DSP.
Where did the load go?
Yeah. No shit, that's later.
I don't like that video I made last week. That was the first video I ever made about you, even though I've known about you for many years. I'm not like a, as you might call it, a detractor channel.
No, absolutely not. That's
Hey,
one of the
Diclonius.
reasons why when I saw the video, I was like, this guy is not someone who constantly rags on me. I watched the video. Yeah, you took some shots at me. Everyone has, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it didn't offend
So what
me.
we've
I was
already
like,
established
you're
is
actually
Phil
honest
will
and
go
upfront.
and
You were
will only
analyzing
be
from
interviewed by
kind of a
someone
third-party
who
standpoint that was fair.
Phil will only be interviewed by someone who doesn't go full in with the questions, doesn't go balls deep with the hard questions. That's why That's why he took this interview with Jeremy. We already got that established.
About these asshole independent media bullshit, you know, trying to attack me. And I was like, this guy actually is like legit. Like, this is a fair video about me. Out of all the stuff that gets made about me, very rarely do I get a fair video made about me. So that's why
I've been fair about you.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that
on the occasion.
You know, when I saw those articles came out, it was like, oh, DSP says some racist shit, and then they post to like videos from 2 years ago or something like that, of you essentially doing like ching chong bing bong, which is, by the way, done by every mainstream media, you know, person in the last 10 years. So, you know, it's not like you were saying anything.
Yeah, there is a bit of a double standard there.
Crazy offensive or anything like that.
Mm.
And a lot of these outlets, as you saw in the video, they were unaware of your uncancelability.
Yeah, this motherfucker will survive the goddamn apocalypse. I'm fucking certain of it.
You know, like, I don't want to just jump right in and with some like questions that are gonna put you on guard or whatever. So maybe some like reasonable questions, because to be honest with you,
I mean, come on, Jeremy, this was pre-recorded.
Like, most of my viewers are not people that are used, like, to be honest, most people that replied to those threads were like, ask genuine questions. As you saw the list, you're like, oh, these aren't that bad.
Yeah.
You know.
So he okay. So here's the problem, and this to me, the sense of an interview is you get the best answer from somebody when they don't know the fucking questions. The fact that Phil knew these questions beforehand. Now, I'm not trying to go full conspiracy theorist, because Phil tries to go at people making conspiracy theories. But to me, if you give someone questions to an interview, you're ostensibly giving them an opportunity to make a script, to basically just fucking lie their goddamn asses off. That's just me, though.
So that's kind of what I'll start with. So, you know, hey, I'm a YouTuber too. I'm a content creator just like you. What are your plans for post YouTube, you know, or post streaming? Or have you even thought of that?
Oh, he got the 5-year plan.
Have you given any thought to...
We had cut there. I'd love to know what the hell happened.
Like, I mean, I think about it, right? Like, especially because I don't have a streaming presence like you do. I just have YouTube. And I know, like, if you're on YouTube, you have maybe a year or two. If you're not, DSP. Like,
no, because then you'll live forever.
YouTubers have a pretty small window. So have you given any thought to, like, you know, what the fuck am I going to do after all this? Or, you know, how does that thought process go?
Yeah, you know, first of all, when I started, I never wanted to do this for a living at all. This was only, I wanted to do this for a hobby, and then I lost my full-time job. Out of nowhere, I got laid off, blindsided.
Like a fucking RKO, just out of nowhere.
Going on the side for like 2.5 years that had kind of blown up and gone viral.
This is back like 2012, 2013-ish era, right?
Actually, even before then, I lost my job in October of 2010.
Okay.
And so we're talking real old school. This was before like you could even monetize gameplay videos on YouTube. They wouldn't even let you put ads on them yet. And I lost my job.
Yeah, back when quantity
I
outweighed quality.
had a good following, but it was only for gameplay. And I was like, shit, I can't monetize that. What do I do? So I had a vlogging channel where I was doing stupid crap. I was making food that was terrible food, and you know, just
That is a sound clip right there for any goddamn anybody who wants sound clips of DSP. Right there, I was making food, terrible food. There we go. He fucking admitted it.
Stuff just to have some variety in my content.
Taking that out of context.
So I did, and because people felt so bad about me losing my job, they actually like went nuts on the ads, and I made like a ton of money in a couple months.
Line number 1. Okay, so here's the thing. I'll be pausing sporadically to just point out some lies and inconsistencies. First of all, yes, his fans did click a lot on those ads, but only when they were stirred on and spurred on by Phil to click them. There is videos out there showing Phil telling his subscribers to click them, click the ads, click the ads, click the ads. Like click, 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 click. And now he's trying to fucking retcon it that, oh, my fans knew I was in a dire situation, they wanted to help me, so they clicked on the ads. No fucking mention that he made a video specifically saying, click on the ads. And that's why his ass got banned off AdSense.
Which is like one of my first controversies, was that I got kicked out of Google AdSense within 2 months because they claimed that I did like invalid click activity when I didn't. It was because my fans were like so supportive of me and felt bad that I lost my job that they were clicking the crap out of my ads.
They won't though. You told them
to.
to.
I got partnered with Machinima, and that's how I was able to start monetizing my gameplay videos. And I was
rest in
like
peace, by the way,
load.
Machinima.
Yeah,
you outlasted them too. Another
Phil will outlast us all.
DSP has outlasted.
Yeah, that's a whole other story for another day. I was one of the people who stayed with them the longest after years of people telling me to leave them and abandon them because they saw the warning signs of them being a bad company and falling apart. But I stuck with them.
Yes, you were warned by everybody.
Until basically they mistreated me, and I was like the last guy. I was like, I've stuck up with you guys all these years. You're gonna treat me bad. I'm out of here. But anyway.
Okay, there's another inconsistency. So Phil should still have this video up. I swear to God, if I wasn't doing this on spur of the moment, I'd have all these videos lined up to show you guys. But there's a video where Phil talked about Machinima. And his wording, his exact wordings were, he sent them an email saying, if you are treating your, if you're going to treat your content creators like this, then I don't feel I want to be a part of your company anymore. And then Machinima sent an email right back to him and saying, we have decided to end our agreement with you. He didn't leave. His ass got fucking terminated. He got handed his pink slip. He got future endeavored. He got shown the door and kicked out of it and let the door slam his ass on the way out.
Anyway,
yeah, like I know they had an interesting reputation. You know, you're right. They profit off of a lot of creators in the beginning that, I mean, shoot, I've been on YouTube so long that, I don't know, you probably remember this too. Remember you needed like 10,000 subscribers before you could have your own channel banner? Remember you get like, you could, you know, like.
I don't know, can someone confirm that? I'm not that old.
But then I remember Machinima back then was, you know, everybody wanted, it's the only way you could make money.
Right. You had to be with someone to monetize anything really, or gameplay in particular. Because in 2011, if you weren't with a partnership company, you couldn't make a dime on a gameplay video, and that's what I was known for, you know. Yeah. But anyway, to get back to your original question, like, I never planned on doing this to make any money. Like, I fell in my lap out of nowhere overnight. I was like, oh crap, this is amazing. I'm making more money now than I ever did at my office job. You know, for 5 years that I was working there, they laid me off, and now I'm making like so much more money. It's crazy.
Hold on, who was that? Yes, Iron, you're right. He got fired. He got the Vince McMahon, you're fired.
Of course, we all know that bubble.
Wish I had that sound clip.
And, you know, now everything is so bad on YouTube. You know, long term for me, I absolutely love having an audience that cares about what I say and do on a daily basis. Like, I never
hang on every fucking word.
Shit about what I cared about, you know, anything about a game or anything about any opinion about anything, right? It's pretty awesome to know that there's hundreds of people, thousands of people on my YouTube channel on a daily basis that want to know what I'm up to, what I'm playing, what's my opinion on a game, what's my opinion on this or that. So I don't want to like ever say that in my life I would quit doing this outright, but it's pretty unrealistic to expect that you could ever do this your whole life. You know, that's insane.
I'll agree with that, but the reason why he won't quit outright is because he knows he can still milk it.
Be the next new big thing. And even in the 11 years now that I've done this, you know, I went from being a guy who recorded with a camera, not even like live streaming or direct capture. I had an actual camera, a digital camera that I pointed at my TV and was recording videos with a memory card. You know,
we all remember that.
Gameplay. And then I went to direct capture to live streaming. Then I basically gave up on YouTube 2.5 years ago, and I'm mostly a primary live streamer now. Yeah. I've evolved and changed so much over the last 11 years. Who knows what it's going to be in the next 2-3 years? Will YouTube still be how it is? Will Twitch change?
Okay, first of all, he only went to direct capture because his fans bitched and complained. I'm absolutely certain this man was the last one to use. Like, he was probably the last fucking person to still be using a camcorder at the time. He went into it kicking and fucking screaming. He had no... If he could still be doing fucking camcorder today, I guarantee you he fucking would. And the only reason he'd go to direct capture is because he wanted to do streaming. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've got nothing against Jeremy. What's your name there? Harry Kudo. I don't have a problem with Jeremy, but he's softballed and lowballed this interview so bad.
Will Mixer become the next big thing? Who knows what's going to happen? We don't know. And you can't rely on that.
No, Brock Lesnar's the next big thing.
It just sucks that I've kind of now gotten myself into a shitty situation where I'm stuck doing what I'm doing. But my goal is that within, say, 5 years, I can get myself out of any kind of financial pressures outside of the realm of me having fun on stream and say, okay, I still want to stream, but I want to have a solid job, a steady job outside of that I can do daytime. And then maybe
also, keep in mind he said 5 years. That's going to extend to 10 years soon.
And I split my time between them because I know I'm always going to have that following. Like you said, I've got longevity. I've been here 11 years. And we're always going to have some people who are interested if I stream at 1 hour a week. I'll have people come out to see what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry, Milton. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing all right, man. Sorry.
I can do this full time. I have to do something different. I know that.
Yeah.
He knows that, but he is going to extend that to 10 years.
You know, people ask me this too, and I know how I would answer it, but they're like, you know, what would you even if you couldn't make money, you know, would you still stream? And it sounds like you answer that basically like, well, sure, but
personal opinion,
I've got to pay
I don't think if there was no money in it, I personally don't think he would.
Obviously have a job that would be my main focus, but I would love to do this like I used to do YouTube as a 2-hour hobby a night. Right, I'm home and I'm able to do a little bit of streaming. The difference now is I can actually make money on that 2-hour stream every night. When back then I was just doing it for a hobby. I wasn't monetizing the video.
Okay, there's a big difference between putting videos on YouTube and live streaming. Like there is a difference there. There is a immediate difference. Alright? There is a big difference. I'm just gonna go back so we can hear him say that. There is a big difference between uploading videos to YouTube and streaming.
No, I've got to pay my bills first.
Right, it'd be way less. I would obviously have a job that would be my main focus, but I would love to do this like I used to do YouTube as a 2-hour hobby a night. Right, I'm home and I'm able to do a little bit of streaming. The difference now is I can actually make money on that 2-hour stream every night. When back
exactly,
then,
the big difference, you can make money
for a hobby. I wasn't monetizing the videos or anything. It was just like for 2.5 years I was uploading gameplay videos to YouTube before I ever made a dime doing anything.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, but then you had a job.
Because I'm not like a expert on your.
You had no choice
on your career. Was there ever a point where you were making any reasonable money on YouTube, or were you always kind of just using that as like kind of a dumping ground for your stream videos?
Oh no, dude! I was a full-time YouTuber from year 2011 to 2017. Early 2017. So you're talking 6 straight years. My 95% of my income was on YouTube ad revenue.
Yes, DSP. Okay, yeah. To explain that, could someone fill in Herikid for me?
The thing is, I had a formula that I had figured out that was like the sweet spot for making money with ads on YouTube. That if you had a certain length of your video, a certain amount of ads on each video, that you could like.
Oh, JC, that's because I'm not going on webcam because it's like fucking 3:30 in the morning and I'm shattered. I look terrible.
Upload parts of a video game playthrough, and I was making really good money doing it. Yeah. But then when that adpocalypse happened in early 2017, that all changed. Like overnight, I made 50% less money, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like I can't do this." So that's when I adopted full-time streaming, and that's what
you were already streaming a lot when you was doing that.
Happened to a lot of us.
You was already streaming a lot.
I felt it through several. You know, I used to have a channel where it was just. Magic. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold.
Like even before the apocalypse, he was doing that.
So.
Yeah. So, I used to do like Magic the Gathering videos and stuff like that, and you know, overnight it cut in half, and YouTube.
Yeah, the apocalypse fucked everybody.
You know, multiple uploads, which you do on your main channel, but gameplay videos just aren't what they used to be. They're just, you know, they're just not.
Gameplays are not what they used to be, but they're still good. There are a few channels out there that still make good money off of it.
On Twitch. This is one of the hottest questions. Like, whose nudes do you have from Twitch? Like, who do you have? I won't never ask you to name them.
I'd love to know that. Jokingly.
Because where are you at with people from Twitch? Do you think you're on good terms with them?
Like, he has to be.
The honest answer I could give you is,
here's the thing. I'm a good example. Sorry to pause this. I'm a good example. I upload like 2 videos a day on my other channel. like and free on the weekend because one of them is my streaming videos, something I do as well. And I upload multiple videos, but not as much as this fucking guy. Hell no. And gameplay streams can be good. They're harder to get traction on. But if the monetization favored multiple videos on, if YouTube favored that, then you know what? If with Quartering saying that, I now wonder, is Phil gonna go back to spam uploading, where he's gonna upload like 20-minute videos now that he's heard that apparently the algorithm favors multiple uploads.
The issue with me, I just think that they don't want to touch me with the 10-foot pole because of the trolls that follow me around.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like I can give you. I'm not gonna name any names. There's some examples. There's been a couple
yeah.
people who like I was cool with them. Sometimes they would come and hang out on my streams. I would come hang out on their streams. And within a year, they basically told me, we can't do it anymore. Your trolls are like invading my fucking streams and harassing my viewers, and I can't have that.
Yeah.
So not anything against you, Phil, but I'd rather have it that we don't have a relationship because your trolls are toxifying my content. And I was like, fair enough. I can't.
Yeah.
How can I say anything to dispute that? It's not me. It's not that person. It's this outside force that follows me around like a hemorrhoid on my ass, and I don't know what to do about it, you know? And it sucks that happens, but no, like I don't have any real close personal relationships with anyone on Twitch simply because of that. Like people are afraid to have that association because they know that they get this spillover of bad stuff onto their own content.
Okay, so first of all, I personally have never gone to another person's stream back when Phil was hosting people and shit like that and give them shit. Like, because I'm first of all, I'm not that kind of person, but also they've got nothing to do with DSP. Like, they're not Phil. I don't go after his mods. I don't make fun of his mods. I mean, some of them I do. Okay, let me retract that. I don't go after his mods. I don't go after people Phil watches. I just make fun of Phil, because Phil is the one who is doing all the fuck-ups. Now, if you do go after those people, just via association, unless they're scummy human beings themselves, then you're a bit of an asshole. Just straight up. But there's always going to be that fucking overlay. There's always going to be that overlay that some people are going to be assholes over. There is no way that that minority of fucking people, in my opinion, is going to have someone cut ties with Phil. There is no fucking way that's going to happen.
Well, and if you follow like modern day Twitch, you know,
Bot
my
Central.
answer to a lot of people who were asking me about that with you, you know, like, wow, how the fuck does Phil stay on Twitch? It's mostly because you don't get political. You know, like that seems to be a really hot button issue with Twitch, you know, like
I've got no problem with John Rambo. I don't know John Rambo.
Political isn't necessarily like, oh, I like the president or I don't like the president, but you know, the issues, right? Like you basically just stick to streaming your games, and I think that has insulated you. What do you think of the modern state of Twitch with kind of their push towards, you know, IRL streamers and
God damn it.
political debate channels and stuff like that? What do you think about all that?
I think there's a space for everything. Like, I think that it was weird because Twitch started as Justin TV, which was supposed to be like that stuff.
Yeah.
But then they said, oh, we're going to become Twitch TV and it's only gaming. In fact, I had a friend who was doing a show
I find
on
that hard
Twitch
to
TV. When
believe.
they became Twitch, they told him, you can't do your show anymore because it's not about gaming. He was like, what? They actually pushed him off of Twitch and said, we won't let you stream here unless you're going to do games.
Okay, now I do find that hard to believe. I'm going to press X the doubt on that one because here's the thing, Twitch, even in the beginning, Twitch was primarily gaming, yes. It was. But even in the early days of Twitch, there was a variety of fucking content on there. There was a variety of content on early day Twitch as well. There was still the spillover from it being Justin TV. Okay? So I do not believe this. I do not believe this. Because I don't believe Twitch would have done that. Especially if the fucking channel was at least drawing an audience.
And now here we are years later, they changed their mind. Now they want everything back. But
that
yeah, I
funny?
think there's a place.
Yeah.
I think there's a place for everything. I really do. I think there's a space for everything. But for me, like, I would not want to go there. I am known As a gamer, people want my opinions on games. Yes, when I do an interactive stream, they'll ask me other stuff. That's fine. You want to toss other stuff into the conversation. But the last thing I want is my stream to become a place where people are coming to be just virulently angry at each other and nasty at each other about. I always say,
so what's new?
Politics and religion are the two topics that I don't want to discuss in depth. If there's a game that has a topic on politics or religion, it's a part of the game's plot. Okay, then we can talk about it. But I'm not going to go there because there's so many people who just in the modern day, if you don't agree with them on politics or religion, that's it. That's like the shut off point. If you're not in agreement with them on what they believe for politics or religion, I don't want to watch your content. I hate your guts. I'm going to troll you. I'm going to do this and that. And I don't understand that. I'm an open mind kind of guy.
Okay, so straight there. First of all, I do kind of agree. I do agree with the subject of if it's in the game, let's talk about it. That's about it. Here's the thing, though, and I also agree with the fact that there's a lot of people out there that if you don't align with their political or religious ideologies, then that's the shut-off point. That's like the fucking guillotine coming down, severing the fucking neck. Like that's castrating somebody just because of how they feel. But here's the thing. Phil is as close-minded as a motherfucker as possible. If you look at his history, even to the present, he's been closed-minded on adopting a lot of different things and accepting other people's goddamn fucking ideas. And the fact that he's afraid to go there, talk about religion, or talk about politics, then that says to me that this motherfucker's, he's got a closed-minded fucking fan base who watch it. I talk, if someone brings it up, I'll talk politics or religion in my fucking chat. Whether this chat or my gameplay chat, I will fucking do that. But this motherfucker, I think it's purely because he's got nothing to fucking say on the subject. Like, he's got absolutely jack shit to say on it. I think that just talks more. Yeah. I think that's more of a case of, that's a statement on your fucking fans that might be closed-minded if you're so goddamn on eggshells to talk about them. Or talk about politics and religion.
Where, like, even though there's a lot of people I don't agree with on politics or religion, that doesn't mean that I completely write off everything that person's ever done on Earth. You know, if they're a talented musician or a talented content creator, I don't say, because I don't agree with you on the politics, I hate you now. But that's how people are. So I say I don't want that on my streams. I don't want to get that stigma. Trust me, I got enough problems. I don't need to be also dealing with a whole new can of fucking worms too.
Yeah. No,
those kind of worms keep getting fucking popped. They're like fucking like beers a bottle. Pop, pop, pop.
You know, I don't you know, so my content kind of leans towards like more of the like anti.
Hey, no, that's cool.
But like a lot of people view my content, they're like, oh, he's definitely a Trump supporter, for example.
Yeah, Nick, it sets the fucking tone.
I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I want everyone to watch my content, you know, because I know once you pick a side, as you pointed out, then the other side fucking hates you.
That's right.
It wasn't always like that. And you and I have both been online long enough. It wasn't like that 5 years ago. But
it's always been like it has always been like that. It's just they're more
really
vocal.
Changed things. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Very hard. You got to pick and choose your topics now to make sure you don't piss off the wrong person.
Yeah. So speaking of people that hate people, you know, can you give me some insight? So I've watched, like, I went and watched a couple of streams.
Yeah, a couple.
I'm not what, you know, like I said, what you might call a detractor channel. I haven't been, you know, I've just known you've existed forever. And so then I try to watch some of the, you know, these channels and I see where their perspective's at. And then I watch you actually interacting with your chat. It's obviously different. Where do you put yourself in your interactions with chat? You know, you spend a decent amount of time acknowledging your trolls.
Easily. I know how to position him. Lean in, manual ban.
My live chat, I'll either mute them or not acknowledge them.
Things are good. Killer.
It's part of your show, and you know, I know you must know. You're not an idiot. You must know that some people are hate watching you, and so you interact with people or whatever the case may be. You know, where do you think? You know, how does that work into your live stream? You know, interacting with these people that are just always in your orbit, you know, just to shit on you.
Right. I mean, when I started, it wasn't like that. You know, when I started, it was.
Oh, we'll
YouTube,
get to
'cause
that.
Remember, I started exclusively on YouTube. I wasn't even live streaming, and it used to be like people legitimately would come to watch your
We'll get that
content
to
because
we'll get to
they
that.
were looking for something positive.
Middle.
They were looking for something fun, something energetic. They wanted to be a part. They were excited, right? They were always excited to be part of this new thing on YouTube. That was 10, 11 years ago. At
Yeah, you
some
got caught
point
in the
it
wave.
became, we're here to shit. We're just here to take a big dump on everybody. We don't care what you do or what it is. We have to find the faults and destroy you. And that's, they get jollies doing that.
Motherfucker,
you know?
they've been around
And
since
I've
the
noticed
internet
for
was
the last,
conceived.
You know, I'd say probably started in 2012. I know that's a long time ago, but
Not
you know,
for
over
me.
the years,
Yeah.
there's a giant group of people now who just are only there to crap on me. Now, I could completely ignore them. That's true. I could over moderate. That's true. And to some extent, I used to do that. Like when I was just on
You
YouTube,
still
I
fucking
used to
do.
heavily police my comments on my videos. Heavily police them to the point.
Yeah, he used to heavily police them, but that took too much effort. Now, here's the thing. He could heavily moderate. I'd like to take you back just a couple of months to the Sekiro. I believe it was when he was playing Sekiro. And people were wishing a certain somebody happy birthday. Phil immediately thought it was a detractor meme and started fucking banning people. Until the dude came in and said, no, it really is my birthday. And yeah, he got so fed up with his fucking comments, he disabled them. If that ain't the most overly fucking moderating thing you can do with your fucking comments, then I'm clearly the second coming of fucking Jesus Christ.
Point where people were like, I don't like watching Phil's videos because I can't comment. When I comment, everything seems like it's super policed and commented on there, or you know, moderated.
Or in this case now, I can't comment at all.
I was a one-man army. I wasn't going to sit there moderating my stuff all day. I had a life. I wanted to
Good
make more
one-man
gameplay.
army.
I wanted to do other stuff. I couldn't just sit there. So at one point, I just let it go. And what I noticed systematically is over the years, more toxic people came in, more stuff just kept crapping on the videos, to the point where I noticed, like, you know, everything was still good when it came to my fans. My fans still loved my content and wanted to come see it,
because
but
they're
there
your
was this
fans.
increasing, like, cloud over my head of people following me around.
They're your
saying
fucking
negative
fans,
things.
of course they're
And
gonna
you're
be.
right. I think originally, I kind of back in the day.
I think it
when
might have been
started,
Master
this cloud
Saratari
behind me,
or
I
somebody.
reacted to it the worst possible way. I acknowledged it. I complained about it. I said it's not fair. I whined. I screamed. I made a big tantrum. All these guys are jerks. How could they
Beat
do
me
this?
to it.
You know, there was this movement on YouTube called "This Is How You Don't Play" that was created off of me.
Used to be. He's saying past tense like it doesn't fucking exist anymore, but it fucking does. It still fucking exists. What the fuck are you talking about? They're still fucking making them, and some of them get more videos, more views than all of your fucking parts combined, which is fucking hilarious to me. Oh, believe me, Acid, we're going in. We're going in. I'll state again, like I'm putting up my fucking fire shield. I've got no problem with Jeremy, but he lowballed this and did fucking zero research for this. This isn't an interview. This comes off more like a fluff piece.
Me and my gameplay. And if I had reacted in a different way to it and probably said, "Oh, that's funny. That's a funny montage that people made of me," you know, it probably wouldn't have ever blown up to what it was. But they liked it.
Hindsight's a
They made
bitch,
videos
isn't it,
about me
Phil?
that I reacted to.
Hindsight's a
They got
fucking
the reaction
bitch.
I wanted out of Phil.
Yeah.
And now, when he plays a game, it's more about getting him to get angry or fail at a game so we can make another one of these to get attention for us and just kept feeding itself.
Wait, I'm sorry for the frequent pauses. I've just got to comment on this. This is a let's correct. What do you mean the detractors and people are trying to troll you into doing bad at games? You don't need their fucking help. You're bad at video games yourself, brother. You're bad at them yourself to the point where you actually have to have fucking stream chat hold your hand like you're a lost child in fucking Walmart. What nonsense are you talking?
Become this like organic entity of this toxic cloud that kept growing and growing. So when
Shockingly,
I now,
non-killer.
that cloud's always there. It's never going to go away. It's associated with me permanently now, right? It's attached to me permanently. What I try to do is balance it. I can't say it doesn't exist because there are people who actively will come in my chat and actually are supportive. They'll contribute. via, you know, the
Oh, yeah.
message you contribute on Twitch, and they'll help me to keep going, but they're only there to really wait for that moment when I screw up in a fighting game and I swear and I get
Which
angry
I
at the
will turn
person,
around
or
and say
I
again,
overreact in a game. You know, they're waiting
do
for
not
that
give
moment
this
of
man
fail
money if you're a
to really
detractor.
latch on, haha, I got him. Now let's make fun of him and stuff. You got to kind of laugh with it, you know. And back then, when I first started, like I said, earlier days, 7, 8 years ago, I wasn't like that. I thought my shit didn't stink. I was like, how could anyone criticize me?
Motherfucker, you still don't think your shit stinks? Motherfucker, are you kidding me? You're talking like you're talking like you don't think your shit still stinks? It does stink. You ain't improved. You've in fact gotten worse. What bullshit is that?
Or make fun of me. That's not right. Now I'm a different person. Like, I've learned over the years, you got to roll with that. Now, some people say don't acknowledge it at all. But the thing is, if a lot of people are doing it and you don't acknowledge it at all, now it's like they're not going to come back. Or at the same time, what I've noticed is some people, if they don't get that acknowledgement, it just makes it worse. They'll try to find another way to intrude. If I just let it roll and pretend like it's a natural part of my stream, it doesn't bother people that much. In fact, there's a few negative memes that have come up that at first they pissed me off, but I realized if I embrace the meme and I make it my own, it's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what I've been trying to do.
Extra
I made
doubt on that one.
emotes now in my chat of some of the memes that are negative memes, because that way it takes the power away from them and people don't see it as a negative anymore because everyone's doing it, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I've been trying to embrace it in the last couple of years since I've become a full-time streamer, is understand it's there, recognize when it's there. Don't make the whole stream about it, because there's positive people there who are there to also enjoy my content on a positive level, and they don't want to just hear negative, negative, negative the whole stream. But if it's there,
And yet you
laugh
are
at it, make a
negative.
sarcastic comment about it, and move on. Don't dwell on it all the time. But at the same time, when you allow that thing to have power, you know what I mean? It gets even worse. And at the same time, if you don't acknowledge it at all, that's a group of people that, number one, could be contributing and they're not, because now they feel like you don't care anymore. And number two, that's a group of people that might find another way to hurt you more maliciously behind the scenes, because what they're doing isn't working. So let's find another way to screw him, you know, behind the scenes that's not on his live stream.
Here's the thing. I know exactly who the hell he's commenting on. I know exactly who he's commenting on. Now, here's the thing. He is just blatantly commenting on the fucking oh fuck, what's their name, guys? My regulars, help me out. What were their names again? It was the SOK. What did that stand for? Stupid overhyped cunts, was it? What were they called? Fuck, I can't remember. Can't remember what they were called. But no, he's directly commenting on them. We'll get more on them later. We'll get more on them later. But we know. Okay, sorry. Yeah, for all of the new people, my apologies. It's kind of a running joke here that we just blatantly ignore. We actually know they existed or exist because of the stupid shit that they did. Like what they did was fucking stupid and disgusting. I mean, who doxes a fucking dead girl? Anyway. But yeah, he's deliberately referencing them because out of all of the prominent detractors or people who give a shit, they don't go out of their way to maliciously fucking do anything to him aside from just fuck with him on a surface level. I mean, you've got Kiwi farms and shit that will go and try and find his marriage license, but that's like its own little fucking bubble. I guarantee you, he's directly referencing the SOK.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because, you know, I told people when I said we were going to talk, people are like, oh, he's not going to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. I said, no. When I talked to him in private, he understood. He's like, look, we can talk about the shit where I fucked up. You know, we could talk about some of the funny stuff. I don't want to talk about personal finances, by the way, which is fine. I don't want to talk
We'll
about
get
finances,
into that.
which is also, by the way, fine. You know, and it's one thing where there are guys that have been out there. I've been out there more than 10 years too, but under several different channels. And there have been guys out there, you know, I don't know if you put yourself in the same category with.
Ah, shit. Alright, yeah, we're back. I will not kneel. I will always return. I will always fucking return. How dare they? They will never be rid of me. Low tier god couldn't get rid of me. Neither will they. Hold up. Brexit almost got down to Brexit almost did get me. Thank you, Israel, you're back, mate. Thank you very much. No, it's leaning manual type. Alright. We are good. We're good. Let's continue.
With them, but
hold on, let's go back a few seconds.
Where there are guys that have been out there. I've been out there more than 10 years too, but under several different channels, and there have been guys out there. You know, I don't know if you put yourself in the same category with them, but as a layman, there have been people who've streamed for a really long time, and they have a large group of detractors, and they still have, you know, it's when it starts out great. Look, when I started my YouTube channel, I had like a 99% upvote on every video I did.
Incoming circle sympathy jerk off.
You know, you piss a few people off. Even your most loyal fans are the ones that turn into the ones that really hate you the most. You know, and
Evil AJ.
So then, okay, it went from 10. If I had 10 dislikes on a video, I was like,
no, this isn't live. I'm live. He isn't.
Now, if I have like 100,
big disappointment. Like, oh. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
So I definitely feel like I understand where that's at. I look at a guy like you and a guy like Wings, and where both of you have been on long enough.
Well, both of them bought it on themselves.
Kind of, or you have, I'm sorry, a solid group of haters. But
like they both did dumb shit that people call them out for.
Still your fans, and where Wings, I don't know, he probably has it worse than you. Where like, but he still reacts like old Phil used to react. If I could talk to DSP, I would say, dude, you got to lean into the meme.
No, he just leaned in manual bans.
It's not going to be as fun to make fun of you because you're like, yeah, I fucked up. You know, right. Whatever. This happened and whatever, you know. How do you see, you know, he talks about now, there's a recent stream where he was like, basically like, look, I got to turn my haters into payers, essentially. I've got to convert, you know, because these are the people that
exactly. They both did dumb shit that people call them out for.
Several channels that basically are 100%.
And they don't acknowledge they done dumb shit.
And you've got a few of them too.
Oh,
so, how do you approach that type of content now? What do you think of these dedicated channels that are basically just memeing on you?
See, here's the thing. Again, I'm different now than I used to be. When I was a full-time YouTuber, I was like really pissed off about it. And I would call these channels out. They're stealing my content. I wish I could take them down, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even like that anymore. Like for me,
I'd just like to remind everybody, just public service announcement. It's really important. It's Tevin's fault. It's Tevin's fault. Yes, Phil, that really sounds like you don't give a shit. That really, really sounds like you don't give a shit. For fuck's sake.
I don't mind that they exist as long as what they do is, I don't care if you take a shot at me. I don't care if you make fun of me. I don't care if you call me a lolcow. I don't care what the frick you call me.
I want that fucking sound clipped and sent right to me.
But don't try to actually like hurt myself or my livelihood or my family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because sadly, there's people who do take it that far. And I hate to say it, but the people who make those channels don't realize that what they're doing is kind of putting the ammo into a group of people who aren't like them. You know, those guys, they're doing it for laughs. They're doing it to make fun of me and to make some popularity, get popularity on my expense, right?
Yeah, that's why yes, only you, Phil. That's why I don't do anybody else. That's why I don't laugh at anybody else's shit gameplay. By the way, the Game Grumps say hello, by the way. They're on my channel as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're not laughing with me, they're laughing at me, but they get a rise, they make some money doing it. Whatever. It's fine.
I barely make any fucking money. You seen how many subscribers I got? Go fuck yourself.
After me and my family
it didn't guarantee success your name draws any fucking money. Go fuck yourself.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, I don't care if someone makes a video, this is how you don't
This is the most amount of views I've ever had.
Big deal.
On this channel.
But you make a video that says Phil is 100% a scammer, and he regularly, every day, he steals money from his viewers by lying to them constantly.
Project 7 and Jester say hello.
And he's a really dishonest, disgusting person, and he really shouldn't exist. You're going to get people who are going to, like, in their head, not understand that that's a video to make fun of me. They think this is a call to action.
No, they
And now
don't.
think that they have to do everything they possibly can to hurt someone like me or someone like me. Some of the stuff that's happened, you know, you wouldn't even.
Wait a minute. Didn't he also do a call to action about, I don't know, about flagging down the detractor channels? You know, like he'll turn around and say, "Oh, I'm a different person," but you know, a leopard doesn't change its fucking spots.
Believe some of the stuff that people tried to do.
I mean, I've had it all
scenes.
too. I've had swattings. I've had to deal with a lot of that bullshit too. People calling my fucking mom, who doesn't even know
Hey,
me
triple
on
free.
Facebook or whatever.
Right.
You know, people called my mother-in-law and like told her that I was a neo-Nazi. and she's like, "What? No, like he hangs out with black dudes. I know." Yeah, like, but like, so I've had issues like that too. But you know, as you probably are aware,
Yeah, he does beg for money.
you know, and I said I wouldn't ask any questions about it specifically, but that is the biggest issue with your detractors is the money, right? Like,
No,
Yeah.
no, it
I
isn't.
would think so. Now, the thing is, you can't really get a straight answer because
Yeah.
depending on who you ask, the way that it works with my detractors, I don't know about Wings and everybody else because
Yeah.
I stay out of everyone else's business. I really do. I don't know anything about what's going on with these other guys. But with me, it's called moving the goalpost.
Okay, sorry, I'm pausing again because I'm going to preempt this. What Phil is about to turn around and say is absolute bollocks, and he's actually going to basically spin this around saying that we have no solid reason. He doesn't understand that he creates situations where we have more reasons to give out about him. Like, at first it was the shit gameplay, we began giving out about him, that was the catalyst. Then it was the money. Then we gave out about that. Then it became scamming people. Then it became that. It isn't just it isn't moving the fucking goalpost, motherfucker. You daft son of a bitch. It's Santa's fucking list. You are on that naughty list, motherfucker, with a shitload of fucking felonies against your goddamn name. That's why you're getting cold this year, you dumb son of a bitch. Jesus.
Meaning their issue with me today is money. So okay, so something happens and, you know, okay, that's an issue. But then when that's not an issue anymore, the next thing is the issue. Because originally it wasn't about money. When I started on YouTube, I was making tons of money.
Yeah,
I didn't need money. I wasn't
because it
asking
adds,
for
see what I mean?
donations. I wasn't asking for people to tip me on streams or do any of this stuff. I was rolling in ad revenue. So I didn't need to ask. Back then it was, oh, Phil's a cocky asshole. He doesn't take his playthrough seriously. He insults the game developers. So I changed.
Okay, he insults the game developers. Again, Sekiro says hi from Software. Appreciate you buying their game, you dumb cunt.
Changed my attitude. I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh, well, now Phil did this and Phil did, and that's the thing. Like, there's always a new thing.
Yes,
that they
there
seem
is.
to now bring up as the thing that they hate me for. I would say, initially.
No, it's
they'll
just
tell me
adding
it's
to the
money,
fucking
but then
list.
if you kind of debunk what they're talking about, oh, that didn't really happen. Here's what really happened. Oh, well, didn't you also know that Phil did this and this and this and this and this and this and this?
Yeah.
You know.
You know what the big one that came up with the most?
Here we go.
Was this cat thing. Do you know what that's about? Like,
oh yeah.
People said, here's how it was told to me, that like he had an ex goal for money and then to real.
Oh, by the way, you guys, here's the thing for everybody here. You're about to hear a fucking bombshell. You're about to hear a bombshell that made me go off, and the reason why I'm doing this fucking stream.
Reveal something, and then it was his cat. What was that even about? Was that, how long ago was that?
That was a few months ago. 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Okay.
It was fairly recently.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. That's right. That's probably why they're all talking about it, because it just happened a few months ago.
Yeah, no shit.
But no, I had a stream where I told everyone it was a special event, a marathon style stream, that I was going to be playing a certain amount of games, certain type of game. You know, it was a kind of a gimmick event because I needed to raise funds. I was in a big bad financial position. I had a bunch of things coming up that I needed to pay, and I looked at it. I know I can't do it. Now I know my fans will support me if I ask for it. So I said I'm going to do a special marathon stream to raise tips. And if I hit a certain level, a goal level of what I would like to raise during that day, I'm going to give you guys a positive reveal as a way to say thank you. And this is something that could maybe even affect positively my streams in the future or my content. We'll see. We'll see, you know. But that's how I spun it. It wasn't, this is a life-changing event. I'm promising you guys the world that there's going to be some crazy thing if we raise a certain amount of money. And I never even told anyone what the amount of money was or anything. It was just,
here we go.
In fact, that morning, I just, out of my head, pulled a random number out of my head, never expecting that I would reach it. And the
And there you go. I'm going to take a second to let this catch up so you guys can let that sink in. If I need to play that back, I fucking will. Because, ooh, I got some shit to say about that. And I don't usually go out on Phil unless it's gameplay. But, oh boy, do I have something to fucking say about that. Oh boy. I'm assuming everybody's fucking caught up. Hopefully. Okay. So you're in dire situations. You need that fucking money. You need that money. You really do. You need that money. And you need to pay all of these bills. You are in dire straits. If you don't pay these bills, you're on the fucking streets. I'm probably over-exaggerating there, but you know what? Fuck it. Over-exaggeration is what this man does on his own fucking streams. He ain't the fucking client, he's the entire fucking circus. So you need money. So instead of actually calculating up the amount of money that you actually fucking need, the amount of money that would save you, and round that up possibly to the nearest 10 or maybe nearest 100, instead what you do is you pull a fucking $1,000 donation goal right out of your fucking ass. And at this point, looking at Phil, I don't know whether I'm looking at his ass or his face, because clearly he talks a fuck ton of shit. You pull a $1,000 fucking goal out of your fucking ass. I guarantee you the bills, and he's about to confirm what I'm about to say. The bills that he was going to pay with that money was nowhere near 1,000, and you're about to fucking hear it.
Number was $1,000. Okay, I was like,
For
I'll
one
never
day?
reach this on one stream. I'll never
Yeah.
do this, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That'd be
But
a
I said,
killer
what the
stream.
What the hell? I'll pull it out of the sky. I'll put it up as a goal. Maybe it'll motivate people. If I had got a couple $100, I would have been thrilled, right?
Yeah.
And there you go. There you fucking go. I want those words loaded into a fucking cartridge so I can put that in my gun. Because this motherfucker just giving us a lot of fucking bullets. This man has this is the equivalent of having the gun and giving everybody the fucking bullets. That's what this is. That's what this is. He just said that he pulled a $1,000 goal out of his ass to help with the taxes, but he pulled it right out of his ass. But with just a couple of hundred, he would have been thrilled. Meaning that the goal was completely arbitrary. Meaning that he would have been fine with just a couple of $100. So why the fuck didn't he fucking ask for that? That is ridiculous. That is retarded. And how the fuck? This is the smoking gun. Like, this, he turns around and will repeatedly say he's not a scammer. I'm sorry, from a moral standpoint for myself, that's a fucking scam. That's a fucking scam right there. No, that's completely, I'm more of a whale watching. That's brilliant. But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Phil has conditioned his fucking audience at this point in time that anytime he turns around and says he's in trouble, he needs money, I'm going to do a special stream for donations, he knows the pigs are going to come out the fucking wall to save his ass once again. So he knew he was going to get a lot of fucking money if he set the goal X amount of high. If he was going to set it X high, he knew if he said that, oh, he needed to make this money to pay his bills, he knew people were going to pay out the fucking ass to help him. That's what he's conditioned his hardcore audience into believing.
So I do the stream, and it's about 3/4 through the stream, and it's almost over. And I'm like, well, guys, you know, just so you know, here we are. The stream's almost over. There's the goal. Here's where we are. And people were like, well, are you still going to reveal the thing at the end of the stream? I was like, I don't know. We'll see. And the truth of the matter is, I was going to do it anyway. I didn't tell anyone that because obviously you want to motivate people to contribute.
Sure.
I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But
And he was going to do it anyway.
to contribute. All of a sudden, people started coming out of the woodwork and started contributing. If you can,
He was going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Damn.
So I'm
yeah,
like,
that's a good day's work.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, this is amazing. Stop the presses. We'll stop playing games. I just want to introduce you to my pet cat. who had lived with me for a while now, and I actually have completely kept him under wraps because, as I told you, I have such this weird cloud of haters that they try to fuck with my private life. And I knew that anything that I reveal about my private life, they make it a negative, no matter what. So I'd actually kept my cat private and not let anyone know about
Again,
it.
he's in dire financial
It was a
straits,
secret. I never
and
left
he
my
owns a
office.
cat.
The funny thing is he has a bell around his neck. Damned if I know how they didn't hear it in the hallway, like ringing behind the door or whatever. But they
I have
never
5 cats, by the way.
Oh, really? So there you go.
Yeah.
You know they make noise and stuff. So God, Lord knows how
Yeah.
no one knew that I had a cat. I don't know. Maybe they guessed or whatever. But
Oh, he knows someone guessed. Someone called it on the fucking dot in his stream, and he fucking denied it. He called it on... Someone in his chat during that time called it on the fucking dot, and he outright fucking denied it.
but
Ballface fucking
so
lied.
finally I said, here he comes, and I let him in, and I'm playing with him, and we're having fun. And the thing is, there were 2 groups of people. My fans, my actual fans, were super happy. They were like, that's the cutest cat ever. This is a cool reveal. This is something that Phil never does. Reveals part of his personal life. He hasn't done this in such a long time. This is really actually...
How long ago before this did he reveal that he got married? I'm sorry, I would like to... could someone please just find the timeline for me? Could one of my mods find that timeline? How long after... before he revealed the cat did he reveal that he got married?
cool. This is cooler than what we thought it was going to be. Some people thought it was going to be, oh, I'm announcing I'm adding a piece of equipment to the stream or something. But to see this, cat and the cat now, the cat has free roam to come into my office whenever it wants now. I leave the door open. So if he wants to join me on a stream, he'll come in. It was funny. Today I'm playing Street Fighter and he's like messing with my hand when I'm trying to do moves and stuff. You know, it's a funny, silly thing.
They do that, yeah.
But the thing that gets me is there's the other group of people. Oh my God, that's it? So Phil charged $1,000 to see his cat? Oh my God, I can't. What a dishonest scammer. He said this was going to be something amazing and was going to really contribute to the streams, and this is a bullshit. How, you know, and that's how they spin it. Now, on top of all that, what ended up happening,
we didn't need to spin it.
20 minutes was crazy.
You did it.
So I'm playing with my cat and everything. A longtime fan of mine came onto the stream late and was like, oh, this is amazing. And he gave me another $1,000.
Okay, now this pisses me off just from a personal level as a person who has gotten a big donation. Like, I'm forward with it. I always put my donations up on my Twitch or anything like that. I got £400, British pounds, from one of my viewers. And this was to help with getting a brand new GPU for my PC, and I'm eternally grateful. Her name's Yuri. What do you notice completely different from how Phil just described his? Phil didn't even bother telling him it was Planet Jeff. I'll tell you, it was Planet Jeff who gave him the 1,000. Like, yeah, mine. I'll admit, mine did help the stream. It's improved dramatically. But no, there's the thing. Phil doesn't even fucking mention the dude by name. If some dude gave me a fucking $1,000, I'd have a plaque in my fucking behind me with the fucking name embroidered on it. This dude didn't even give Planet Jeff a fucking shout out on the fact that this guy gave him $1,000, and yet I can clearly remember when it was, how it happened. I fucking highlighted when Yuri gave me that 400. It was when I was playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I was just leaving the Forest Temple, the Forest Temple Meadows. I can tell you exactly when it fucking happened. This motherfucker probably forgets what fucking stream it was on. He probably forgot what he had for lunch that day. Oh, it was Planet Jeff that tipped 1,000. Oh, it was 400. But no, it was still it was Planet Jeff. £400 in US dollars? I have no idea, Diclonius. I don't have an internal. I don't have an internal one. I don't have an internal converter. But that's my point. He doesn't even give him a shout out. And that's what disgusts me the most about that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I've never had a donation that big. Like, that's crazy.
It was nuts. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. That's crazy, right? I'm super happy now, obviously. But then again, so now the new conspiracy is this whole thing was planned. Phil already had someone lined up to give him the $1,000 behind the scenes, so the whole thing was a scam to get his other fans to give him money
here's the
too.
thing.
You know, this is what I mean. This is what these people do. They think these crazy conspiracy theories up, and they spin them into fact. And you
I don't.
That just
I don't.
detract on me.
I don't
They
subscribe
all
to
had
that
their own
personally.
weird story
Way
about
too
the
many.
backstory that Phil scammed his viewers. Now,
Way
not
too
only
elaborate for Phil.
$2,000
That's way too
somehow.
elaborate for Phil.
And it was all a plan behind. It was some malicious plan behind the scenes. It's like, but if you were there and you were live for the event, you would realize none of that happened. It was actually a very positive, fun stream. People were having fun with games. They were contributing slowly, and then all of a sudden they realized, oh man, he didn't hit the goal. Let's help Phil out. And at the last minute, everyone kind of rallied. We hit the goal. It was amazing. Okay, here's my cat. You know, not really a big deal. It wasn't like I was publishing this for months that this was going to be a crazy.
You could, Papa, you could subscribe to that idea. I'm just, I don't know. I think it's way too elaborate for Phil.
I was definitely going to show the cat anyway. I wasn't going to like hold it back as a secret. I was eventually going to show the cat, but people just want to make shit up, and that's the thing. That's the hot new thing. That Phil's a scammer. His $2,000 cat.
Well, yeah. I mean, so I really don't watch those. There's a couple of YouTube channels that I watch that will occasionally meme on you a little bit. But I don't watch some of these. I mean, I watch some of the Wings channels because they're fucking hilarious. Wings is just a different dude. Like, he hasn't figured out how to lean into it yet, and he's still, you know.
Phil hasn't learned how to fucking lean into it.
The
for this week, I have, really, as far as Let's Survives, I have Dead Rising 2, Modern Warfare 2,
maybe that
multiplayer,
like,
and
thumbnails all the time. Like,
another one.
I think the title's okay, or I think, like you say, hey, look, I just thought I was gonna do something, you know, important. But sometimes it's hard to judge, like, how your viewers.
By the way, I'd like to appreciate every single fucking one of you. This is the most viewers I've had on a live stream I've done at 69 giggity.
Or something like that.
I do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
Avoid the way people react to your thumbnails. That's how I view it with your titles. So maybe that was a case of where, like, oh shit, maybe I should have had like a more, you know, normal title kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing is, you're right. Like, how do you say that? Because essentially, I didn't want to spoil. And it's like, oh, it's a minor, or it's a kind of a mid-level thing. People were guessing, of course, the whole time. They were guessing, is it a
You built up the expectations, you motherfucker.
And the problem is, when you don't give a hint, now
you built up the goddamn expectations.
Bigger than what it's supposed to be, right? They're building their own expectations up, and I can't do anything about that. Now, the funny fact about the whole thing is, every single person who contributed that day liked it.
Big up to Memology, my brother, my Honduras brother.
I never got a single person who came to me and said, Phil, I feel like the contribution that I gave you was dishonest. It's because you told us one thing and it was another.
Because your fans are, and I hate to say this, your fans are fickle.
The people are happy. The people who actually contribute.
They'll be happy no matter what the fuck you do.
It's the people who criticize me, the people who do full-time detraction on me, that always have.
You could literally whip your dick out on stream and people will clap. Yay, Phil!
That seem to have the issue. So who really got scammed? Was it the viewer who contributed and was happy with the result, or was it the person who blew up the expectation to be something it wasn't, and now now we could use this as more fuel for more videos for our channels, and that's essentially what it turned into.
Okay. Let me ask you a non-drama related. Let's get back on like an interesting. So this was an interesting one that came in, and I do appreciate it. By the way, I'm gonna keep to the time that you said you had. You've already been very generous with your time. So
I can go, just so you know, I can go till about. Honestly, I could probably go till about 11 p.m. my time, so I could go like.
Was it late for that day's stream as well?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see how you keep. Talk to me in 20 minutes. See how you feel.
Yeah.
A
lot of people were calling it.
You know, while I should ask you about the arcade 1-up machines too, because I'm gonna get your opinion on those in a minute, because I just bought a bunch of them. Are you familiar with those?
This is just general talk at this point. This is general talk. So how was everybody in the chat feeling about this interview?
Street Fighter 2 one that I bought
like,
today,
quote unquote interview so far.
They come with a riser.
By the way, to anybody who wants to know the commands for the stream, just type in ! commands and you'll find them.
Yeah, they're small.
Old heads like us remember actually playing on them. You know, like that.
Piggy Smalls, I like that.
Killer Instinct, like I remember that. Like anyway, one person asked this: while playing fighting games, why do you hold your controller like you're playing an arcade game? Does it help somehow? Is that I didn't think that was like a troll question. I thought they were being genuine.
Hey, don't worry about
Yeah,
that,
well, I
Cornelius.
think what they're saying. I wonder if I could bring a controller over here to show you what I think they mean. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think what they mean is
Yeah, it is a
there's
fluff
two ways
piece.
to hold a controller.
Like,
The natural way.
Okay, first of all, here's the thing. To each their own. I actually kind of understand where Phil's coming here with this controller. Like, if there's one thing Phil talks about in this interview that I can see where he's coming from with it, it's actually this part. Like, this is genuinely no bullshit. The only fucking part I will turn around and say, I could see why I could see why Phil would do it.
To hold a controller is to use your thumbs, and then you use your fingers on the shoulder buttons. But when I play fighting games on a controller, I actually go like this, and I use my fingers and I push on top. And the reason is I find that especially for fighting games, a lot of the button inputs are multiple button inputs, and trying to push two buttons with the thumb especially can be very unreliable. Maybe you hit one but not the other. So when I do like this, I seem to like be able to simultaneously hit the buttons.
It is fucking weird.
Because I grew up on arcades.
He will not snort this entire fucking interview. Spoiler.
And I used to play on American-style controls where the buttons were
Like,
face
no
buttons on
fucking
arcades.
spoiler
You couldn't hit
alert,
those with
no
your thumb.
snorts whatsoever.
They were too big. You had to use your individual fingers to hit the buttons top down, and that's how when I play fighting games, a lot of the time,
Phil ain't fucking
especially Mortal
humble.
Kombat and stuff like that, I'm pressing the buttons flat
So
because
that
it's
makes
very
sense.
hard to do it with just the thumb. At least
Yeah.
very difficult from my perspective.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So it sounds like that was actually a legit question. The have you seen Neo Geo has a new mini?
Foolish dude, that is foolish of you to fucking think that Phil has any means of pleasuring a horse.
Neo Geo
Yep,
carts.
same hardware.
Yeah,
Yep.
same hardware, just a different input. So now they have like a mini that has the full arcade style.
But yeah, sorry.
controller.
What I was
Any
saying was
interest on
with
that?
Absolutely. Yeah,
with
that's cool.
Jeremy.
I'm
I don't
a
know
Genesis
him.
mini. I'm really
This is pure from a
I love it.
perspective
Oh,
thing.
they're the best.
He did
They did
no
better than
research
anyone
for this
else.
interview.
Yeah.
That's and
Yes,
how
mini,
positive this is. It
mini,
feels like a
Genesis
goddamn
mini
fluff
is
piece.
great.
That's why it feels like
It's
one
just
for
so
me.
good. The cool retro music they designed just for it, and it's all your favorite games plus some additions that are new. It's really sweet, and it's such a variety too. You can just do a stream and play 7, 8 different games on a stream and have so much fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim, classic.
Yeah.
I'm friends with
I mean,
them.
I've done 3 interviews before.
Oh, wow.
Family Jewel 7X, Oats and Goats, and Guru Larry.
From Jim Comment, that's
I
come
did
out,
fucking
stuff like that.
research into them.
The guy from Tommy from Intellivision, which is the company that now they own Earthworm.
Full of
Jim. They also
bullshit.
have
Oh, yeah.
Original way back. You and I will remember Intellivision, but coming out.
Fuck.
That's kind of like the Genesis Mini or whatever, but it'll have.
Foolish dude,
Intellivision,
thank
but
you
it'll
for
also
subscribing.
have a
Much appreciated,
brand
brother.
New Earthworm Jim game on it.
Welcome to the
So
Pig
it's
Roach
fun
Zone.
too. So that's kind of a fun scene. Somebody asked this question. I don't know if there's a legitimate answer. If there's not, we can skip it. But do you have a favorite titty mod for Skyrim?
Favorite
Oh my
titty
God.
mod.
No, I've never played any mod. I played Skyrim on PC back in the day when it first came out, before the mods even hit. And
On
when
your
that game came out
lemon?
PC, it was so
On your
buggy. It was,
supposed
like, so many
lemon? Are
issues
you
with
fucking
it.
serious?
For many years almost, it was
Half the
just garbage.
dragons wouldn't render for me. They looked like these gooey purple Barney monsters. It was like
Yeah.
really effed up. But no, I've never played any mods. I'm not a PC gamer essentially. I'm mostly console. Or like 95% of the games. I play
Because
are
you'd
usually on
break your
console,
fucking
so,
PC.
no, I don't.
You'd be like that
I've never
fucking
been
video
a
I
mod
found
player.
online that somehow had a
that's a
fucking
fair answer,
cobra
though.
inside the PC.
I've never been a mod guy myself, but I know there are titty mods for that game. So I was like, I didn't know. I was like, hey, maybe Phil plays it on stream. I don't know. So a lot of questions pertain.
Yes, I am
to,
fully aware of that, Jen.
this
I'm actually very fully aware of it.
which you probably know. I don't know if you.
I watched
watched it,
Medica's
but
video on him
I'm not
and
gonna
Down the
ask you
Rabbit Hole.
specifics From it.
Big ups to Down the Rabbit
I'm
Hole
gonna
as
ask
well.
you If you watched it, and it's this Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've
Shout
never
outs
seen
to Down the Rabbit
whole
Hole.
thing. I've heard about it. I've seen snippets of it, but I've never just sat down and watched it. And I basically know that these things exist out there about me, and I know that some of them are fair and some of them are completely unfair. I've heard this is one of the more fair ones.
I would
So-
say I've watched
You
it
fucking
twice. I
you
watched it
you
before I
have
called
people.
it in.
I'm sure he
I
has
watched
people
it, like,
watching
when I
other
first
people's
moved
shit.
out.
I'm certain of
I
it.
don't think it was like memeing on. I mean, basically, it's like, hey, here's Phil. He outlays some of your early career, which is probably accurate.
Big ups Liquid Richard. Big ups Sean
Talks about your
Rankin.
AdSense bullshit, which you already basically said, hey,
Rubes Move. What's that? Rube Magoobs. Thank you for that. Thank you for subscribing. Hold on. Listen to this. And this is where I lose all goddamn credibility. Loses all goddamn credibility. Have a listen to this bullshit.
of your early career, which is, probably accurate. Talks about your AdSense bullshit, which you already, basically said, hey, this is what happened. That's accurate.
That is not fucking accurate. Shooty Booty, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, brother. No, Jeremy, it's not bullshit. It's not. I gotta hear that shit again just to get it. Listen.
Which is, probably accurate. Talks about your AdSense bullshit, which you already, basically said, hey, this is what happened. That's accurate.
No, it is not. This is why you do fucking research, Jeremy. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is why you need to do research when you're interviewing someone. This is why this is a fluff piece. There is video evidence of this son of a bitch. This fucking devil-eyed son of a bitch with his fucking greasy goddamn hair and that Pac-Man fucking shirt. Saying, click on the ads, it helps me a lot. Are you fucking serious? Jesus fucking Christ. Jeremy is the quartering. I didn't want to give out about Jeremy because I don't know him, but god damn it, man, if you're going to interview someone, do your due diligence and fucking research. If not for yourself, for your fucking audience.
Some of your low light moments in the early fighting scene where you're caught on tape being a dickhead.
Obviously, that was all the time back then.
He's still a
I was
dickhead.
such an asshole when I played Street Fighter competitively. I was super dickhead. I admit that openly. I was just a real asshole.
He's still a fucking dickhead.
So I mean, right. So like, okay, so that's accurate.
Yeah, I know, Jen. Me and Memeology is my boy. Me and him are boys.
The way a lot of people know who you are, right? Like a lot of people nowadays, where YouTube,
I'm not gonna hide it.
They couldn't give a fuck about creators like you or I nowadays.
No one gives a
fuck. Like Will Smith or some Hollywood actor, they might recommend. You actually used to have videos on the YouTube homepage back when they would put popular videos on the homepage. Now it's like the Tonight Show and Saturday.
Like Jesus
Live.
Christ, I've not.
So
I'm surprised he didn't give Phil a fluffy
think,
pillow for
just
how much of a fluff piece this seems to be.
On the detractor videos, from the outside looking in, I view them mostly as a positive. And it sounds like you mentioned earlier, hey, basically, as long as they don't go, crazy over the line or try to fuck me over, they're still a good thing. Like they're still a thing that keeps me, interested.
Yeah, shout out to Memeology.
Yeah, to some extent, because it's like you and I just said, we know this isn't going to last forever. What, most YouTubers have a couple of years, 3-4 years, where maybe they could stay on top and then that's it. It fizzles out.
This is how you don't
And
players
for
have
me,
helped him.
Because there's
But they've
always
also
a
exposed him
controversy about
for
me,
being
which literally
absolutely
I
awful at
half the time
games.
don't even know about.
Shout outs to the
it keeps
fucking
people
outsider
coming
whose
alive.
videos
I
somehow
don't
end
mind
up being like
as
4
long
goddamn
as
hours.
it's not something that's going to not allow me to make a living or not allow me to do what I love, or it's going to hurt myself or my family.
Yeah.
And the things that I don't like is when people lie, outright lie.
Well, there was
because that does happen about me a lot.
Dude, you fucking outright retcon your own fucking life. You retcon your life more than fucking Blizzard retcons their fucking Overwatch characters' backstories. Are you fucking serious? That's... God fucking damn it.
Yeah, of all the shitty things DSP has done, and there are many.
Yes.
The only one
There
I
is
ever
many.
had a problem with was the striking or flagging other people's videos, which you've said in this stream, like, yeah, hey, look, that was old me.
Back in the day,
I didn't
there
like
was
that,
no like back in the day, like way back in the day. We're talking again like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
There was like no way to do anything about that stuff besides ask nicely. Hey, I think the video you made is real mean about me. Could you take it down or talk to me about it first? Get my permission. Because you basically used my content without permission. Maybe if you had asked first, I would have said, okay, it's kind of messed up that you just did this without my permission.
Quote, and I really wish I had the clip. let us go back to the goddamn Spider-Man playthrough when he turned around and said, if you would like to use my my content, my videos to make hilarious death montages or something, go right ahead. Those words came out of his fucking mouth. So, he opened the proverbial fucking arc at that point. He opened the arc and melted his own goddamn face. He was that dude at the end of fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, I think it was actually the first Spider-Man game on PlayStation 1. I'm pretty sure it was that. And here's the thing. Those people were protected under fucking fair use. So, you know, oh, we'll get into KO gaming very fucking soon.
Yeah.
Today it's the Wild West. Everyone uses everyone's content for anything under the sun.
Yeah.
It's called
Very
commentary.
Yeah, it's over now,
Transformative
right?
work,
Right,
motherfucker.
right,
You
right,
do
right.
it yourself with other people's
Whatever.
fucking intellectual
I can't
property.
say anything about it even
Video
if I
games.
wanted to.
Right. But back then it was a relatively new thing, and I saw that it literally was those "this is how you don't play" videos took a negative light to my content in a way that had never happened before and made it virally popular, and I was terrified
Because it was
I
doing
didn't have
more,
anything to
it was
fall
doing
back on at the time, and I
gangbusters
was
compared to
like,
what you were
what's
doing.
gonna happen if now people hate my guts overnight and I have no recourse? So admittedly, back in the day, there were a few people who I tried to like take down their videos. It was, by the way, I'll say this, it wasn't a lot. It was maybe a small handful over the course of a couple of years. In fact, a couple of times it was Machinima who did it, and I didn't even ask them to. They just went ahead and did it on my behalf, and I found out later, and then I got shit for it because people were saying that I'm telling Machinima to do stuff that I never told them to do. This is another issue that I have with Machinima behind the scenes. But
That sounds like you regret that.
Okay. Where to begin with that? Yeah, motherfucker, you tried to take down a bunch of people's fucking channels. You succeeded in a few of them, but you know what that did? That was like throwing gasoline on a fucking fire. You just ignited that motherfucker. That's why everything started to snowball the way it did. Your ass got rolled down a hill and you started to fucking become that big giant snowball. That's what fucking happened. That's also why it fucking exploded. Because you did the scumbag thing. You took the mundane map route. You flagged it because you didn't like it. And the only reason you don't fucking do it anymore is because you ain't got no fucking clout to do it. That's the only fucking reason you don't do it. Because you ain't got Machinima on your beck and call. So eat a fucking bag of dicks.
And you're not like.
By the way,
that
War Dog Leader, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, brother.
There's no point to doing it. There's no point. It doesn't productively do anything to try.
Because you ain't got the fucking clout to do it anymore,
If
motherfucker.
anything, I just wish more people would understand and be more conscious that when you're going to make those kind of videos, that concretely can hurt someone. Because here's a personal example. Back in the day, I used to just say shit for shock value.
Oh, we'll get to that,
I
Ben.
would say completely misinformed things. Like I would say anyone who plays Minecraft is a small child and an idiot, and why would anyone play Minecraft? They're all dumbasses, right? And people would actually like believe me because I had a big following back then. They were like, "No, why? It's true. Everyone who plays Minecraft's an immature idiot." I didn't know anything about Minecraft. I had never played it. I knew nothing about it. I was just talking out of my ass to get shock value out of my videos. Okay. And now I realize, my God, like I was so irresponsible. That's a messed up thing to do.
Yeah,
right?
because you got shit for it.
Minecraft all these years. Look at fucking PewDiePie.
Exactly. If I had jumped on those bandwagons back then, I would have been way bigger than I ever was. But I was.
Yeah, I was about to bring out the Fortnite thing.
Just thought this whole thing was kind of a joke. I never really took YouTube seriously back then, and I thought this is just messed up. I'll just say whatever I want, and people will laugh at it or whatever. Now I regret saying a lot of the things.
Hey, it's fine, Jordan. It's past midnight for me. It's like fucking 5 in the morning. In fact, it's nearly 6 a.m.
And I'm like, there's generalities, and some of the stuff I said was kind of way too far in one direction.
It's a different time too, you know. I mean, it was like 10 years ago. You know, this is a perfect example. By the way, I'm gonna bring up a question that I think anybody else asking it would bother you, but I will tell you first. I have gout.
And there it is.
Stand.
I'm gonna let you guys do with that what you want.
And there is nothing, and I mean
nothing. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I only
you
bring up
mentioned
Phil's
the kind
gout
of
as like a
essentially this whole
punchline or a joke.
cancellation thing.
I don't care that he's got
Basically,
gout. I don't fucking care that
Phil
Jeremy
did these
has
ching chong
gout.
bing bong
I don't
jokes,
fucking
you know,
care.
You know, whatever. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not one of those people that's offended by them. You can find them unfunny, fine, but I'm not gonna put any stock in the fact that you're offended by it. Fuck off. But the especially when it was fucking years ago. Stephen Colbert had a whole character named Ching Chong Ding Dong or something like that. And nobody said anything about that. So this funniest cancellation thing was the you don't joke about my gout, but also Ching Chong Bing Bong. That was basically, you know, the Daily Dots article, right? And then DeSerto basically wrote the same article, like, well, Phil, look,
I don't know who these
that's
websites
just
are.
not the same. Like, I'm assuming you misspoke, like, whatever. But I do know.
Oh, he's gonna bring that up, Jen.
Gout fucking hurts, and
He's gonna bring that up,
I
Jen.
hate
Don't
it
worry.
so badly, and it sucks. And for me, it's if I kind of manage everything, it's relatively self-inflicted. If I
Yeah, I kind of
flare up,
figured they were low end because I've
sometimes,
never heard of them.
you know, I take alpurinol, which is like you know what that is?
No, I mean,
but so I
here's the thing. I should get this out. I don't agree with cancel cancer. Phil is cancer. That's a quote.
Probably not the best.
I don't care for cancel culture. I don't think Phil should be cancelled for shit he said in the past. I think he should be. I think he should be cancelled for some of the shit he said now and some of the shit that he is doing.
Even like I was on a stream and I was, let's have a serious conversation. It was like a pre-stream where people were like filing into my stream and I was giving like a little interim talk before I start with my gameplay for the day. A lot of the times I'm shooting the shit. I'm just joking around or I'm just messing around, and someone will ask me like a super like question. They're really trying to start something. You know what I mean? Like they're purposely trying to get a rise,
when it's a bait
incite
question.
something. And so a question comes in, and it was like, how do you justify?
Oh yeah, he thought the Statue of Liberty was the name of the fucking island. It was Liberty Island.
How do you say that's not right? But then you could make a racial joke, like you just said, a generalized racial joke, and that's okay. Yeah. And I guess maybe I didn't elaborate myself in the best way. I don't know. It was literally a 2-minute thing out of a 4+ hour stream.
That spawned like 4. Yeah, it was like 4.
Exactly.
Like 4 or 5 articles that wrote about that.
Yeah, I don't know where they got it from.
Lies and bullshit. I'm getting. Fuck ton.
It had to be a slow news day, and they had nothing to write about, and someone sent them something. Oh, here's a clip of a streamer or whatever.
Yeah.
And but you know, no, obviously, if you would allow me to take a minute to actually clarify what I'm saying.
Clarify.
There's a difference between generalized humor and a personal attack. Okay? Generalized humor, making a generalized joke about a race, making a generalized joke about a gender, making a generalized joke about anything that's a category that's in general, is not directed at a singular person, right? So yes, you could take it personally if you're a person of that group, absolutely. And I do think that there are situations where you can go to the extreme and it is too far. But I don't honestly feel, besides maybe I can say one time ever, that I know I went too far, and I've apologized for it profusely over the years. This was something that happened in 2010, by the way. So we're talking 9 years ago.
Yeah.
What does anybody... Okay, 2010. What was that? That was the Dead Space 2 Space Nazi thing, wasn't it? Was that 2010? I'm trying to remember what it was in 2010 that he did. That is like apparently the only one time he went too far. Like, I'm just trying to figure out which was this elaborate one fucking time. The only one time in his career he went too far.
And
people still this is the only one time though he's fucked up. Remember
generalized humor
that he only went too far.
That it's over the top.
When the time that he turned around and actually said the fucking N-word.
Like maliciously attack people of that race. It's more of a generalized observation, much like Chris Rock makes so many racial observations in his kind of comedy, right?
Big fucking difference. If I had a fucking 100-mile long fucking stick, I wouldn't be able to measure the distance between how funny you are and how funny Chris Rock is. Like, you are literally in the crust of the fucking earth on how funny you are, while fucking Chris Rock's at least in the goddamn fucking atmosphere with how funny he is. You are nowhere close to touching how funny he is.
And, you know, if I do something like that, most of my audience gets it. There's always
Middle
people
gets
who
it.
Don't. In fact,
That's the one middle.
over the years not to do it anymore, because when I do those generalized racist jokes, I say racist, but you know what I mean. That's how they categorize it as racist.
Yeah, I know what you
They,
mean.
people will get upset no matter what. In this current climate, people just can't take that kind of joke anymore. 10 years ago when I started on YouTube, people loved it. In 2010, or was it 2009? I can't remember. I had a top 10 most racist moments of the year countdown on YouTube, and it was one of my most viewed videos of the year.
And there you go. Whoever brought it up,
kind of
there it
jokes
is.
that I made things that other people said in my videos, you know, and it was popular. People loved it. Now, my God, you show them that video today, they'll try to crucify you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
do that
isn't
stuff
that funny? In 10 years, it feels like 100. You know,
Yeah.
people have just gotten totally. So if I'm understanding you, allow me to paraphrase. You tell me if I'm understanding you correctly. Look, you make some like, hey, Asians are bad at driving, haha. Like, there's no malicious intent there. Or and also similarly, you could say, gout, fucking King's disease. Who the fuck gets gout anymore? That's like a joke about gout. You would say that's okay, but don't say, you know, Phil, you stupid fuck, you have gout. You know, that kind of thing. Am I understanding you right?
It's a fact that I have it, right? It's a fact that I have it. Yes, I don't always have it. It flares, like, you know, it flares up, it goes away. It's something I'll have to do for the rest of my life, and it's a diet thing and a medication thing, and it is what it is. But when people come to my stream and say, you have gout. Well, first of all, okay, what's your point? This is a
exactly
stream.
Blitz. Subaru gout Blitz in his chat.
Funny. It's not topical. It's just completely derailing the stream. What are you even talking about? Why are you bringing that up? It's jarring. People are like, what the hell are you even saying that for? But then you get the person, you fat mother effer, you waste of life, you stupid alcoholic piece of crap. You have it because you're a disgusting individual. Well, obviously they just broke every possible rule.
By the way, it's a weird thing to fucking notice, and I'm only realizing it on my second viewing. He is really trying his best not to fucking swear. Like, this has got to be the most PG Phil we've ever fucking heard. It's weird.
Rule that you should have on a stream, and they're going to get moderated for it, right?
Is that what
that's what I mean.
Is that what gets you the booze? For me, it's if I drink too many days kind of in rapid succession, and if I eat like greasy food, that's what gets me. I know there's lots of different
NC, it's a fluff piece.
Like a list.
Phil, Jeremy is Phil's fluffer at this moment in time.
Like super green greens or this food list. For me, if I go out on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I ate like shit over the weekend, it gets me every time. It'll last fucking 2 weeks.
For me, it's the red meat. Like, I used to eat tons of red meat. I used to eat steak. I would have
here's the thing.
Burgers. I would, every moment. Lunch meat.
Here's the thing. You can just turn around and say, I said it. It was wrong. I fucked up. Let's move on. That'll be fine. But he's defending it.
No, I was like rum. At one point, I was really heavily into rum, and then it was like gin and mixed drinks.
You never fucking stop drinking. That's my personal opinion. You never fucking stop drinking.
Not having any kind of responsibility, I would just eat red meat 5 days in a row. Drink, drink whatever I wanted. I'm a fucking YouTuber. I just got to film videos tomorrow. Who cares if I got a hangover when I play video games, right? Who gives a crap? That's how my attitude was when I first started this whole thing 10 years ago. And it caught up with me.
Hey, Sauce. How you doing?
2015. It caught up with me in 2015 where I got it
bad. How old are you? About 30?
At that point, I was, 33.
Yeah, that's about when it hit for me, to be honest with you. Like, you're not.
Do I drink? Occasionally.
I'm a big guy.
It's a really rare occasion that I drink.
I never had a problem till I was probably.
I only drink when someone buys me the drinks. It's my birthday.
I woke up and I couldn't walk.
Or it's a wedding, a funeral, basically special occasions.
My foot? What did I do? Because you don't think it could be gout. You're like, I sprained my ankle. I broke a bone. What the hell did I do?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that was kind of the running joke around my family, even with me. Like, gout. What the fuck? You know. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
drink
hey,
beer. I can't drink beer.
imagine having broken
Koppenberg
glass
cider,
to enjoy.
Fireball,
And
cinnamon
having it
whiskey,
always
Jack Daniel's
be
honey,
there.
like that
When
kind of stuff.
My big toe is like swollen up to like 3 times the size, you know.
Right.
And people around me.
Good for you,
eventually
Darkonius. I
understood.
mean, to each their own.
Okay, well, we're not going to give him shit about it because we know, like, it's brutally painful.
It's debilitating. It's to the point where your life has to change for 2 weeks until it goes away.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad. And people want to make fun of you. And you're like, dude, I'm sitting on a stream pretending my foot doesn't hurt. So I can make money today and I'm trying to put on a happy face for a stream when I've got daggers in my foot.
I prefer White Rum.
Do you get it? Like, do you get it in your foot too? Is that where you get it?
Yep,
okay.
foot. Same thing as you, big toe.
God damn it,
Because that's the
Jeremy.
most
Be more
common place.
professional.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, because I've read about, like, there's sometimes people getting their elbows, sometimes people getting whatever.
Well, he won't snort here, but he'll snort on his fucking stream.
And, yeah, no walking.
In his safe space where he
no
can be
amount of
himself.
Elevation matters. You know, like, no sock on foot, foot out, and just ride it out. And, you know, if you go have a good doctor, you get some pain meds, but otherwise, you know, just like, you know.
I was about to say, we never see him smile. Unless he gets a lot of money. Even then, he
so let me
just
ask
grimaces.
You, do you, are you out in Seattle now?
Yeah, I live just outside of Seattle. Suburb of Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody asked this question. It's more specific. I got a bunch of questions would probably seem like some of your fans too. So maybe this is like said.
Here comes the house.
DSP moved out to the Seattle area. He was excited to meet people, experience the outside. And look, if these are like secret troll questions, I literally don't know. You know, I try to pick the ones that seem genuine. Experience more outside of his new home. Does DSP feel like he accomplished any of this?
The reason they're asking that question is because they know that because of my current financial situation, it's a financial situation question. They know I have to work 6 days a week full time, and I
Immediately on the defensive. Immediately on the defensive about being outside. Immediately. Like, it doesn't cost a fucking dime. It does not cost a fucking dime to get off your ass and walk to town and meet people. Doesn't cost a fucking dime. But somehow this is a trick question, a troll question about asking, since you got to Seattle, have you met anybody? Do you feel like you've achieved what you wanted when you got there? Yeah, there's a troll question. Yeah, because you never get off your fucking fat ass and go out. You don't go out and go fucking walk around. Even on your days off, it's too expensive just to fucking stand up. Jesus fucking Christ.
I get 1 day a week off to spend with my wife, and that's it.
There's the fun again.
I don't have time to go out and have friendships. I literally have to work my ass off to keep everything I have.
But it wasn't always like that, was it, Phil?
Position behind the scenes.
Even when it wasn't like this, he didn't fucking do it. He became a goddamn shut-in. I can't believe I'm gonna nerd. I'm gonna show my nerd when I say this, but this dude's a bigger fucking shut-in than Bernadetta from Fire Emblem Three Houses. At least she fucking goes out.
So when they're asking that, they're taking a jab and saying, haha, Phil doesn't have friends, he doesn't have a life outside.
Fuck's sake, the absolute hilarious thing is I actually do more work than this motherfucker every goddamn week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
let me ask you, so
I say work, but I mean, here's the thing, I do more streaming and videos than this motherfucker a week, and I still don't consider it work.
I'm having a good time.
Sure. Absolutely.
So one of the things so many people bring up is fucking, like, I'm not going to ask you anything specific, but as a content creator, I had to learn the hard way, just like you did. And I'm thinking that I understand the situation better.
God's sake, I stream now 7 days a week.
A lot of people bring up the taxes shit. And
okay, now this I've got real no comment on. I'll comment on I'll comment on one or two things, but I live in the UK, obviously, so I don't know anything about the American tax system. So this one is left to all of yours discretions.
I try to explain to people what it's like getting big checks from YouTube or Twitch, and like learning to plan financially around that. My first 2 years, I was making any money on YouTube. I had 1 year I had to pay in like $40,000 and I had nothing, right? So I was like in I had to extend my taxes to August, October.
Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. No idea, that's twice now. Fuck my internet at night. Seriously. My fucking internet is shite at night. Alright, we're good. Oh, then again, maybe something's fucking downloading. That usually only happens when Steam is trying to download some shit. Nope, Steam's good. What the fuck? Okay, we're good. And we go.
October, and I had big checks from YouTube or Twitch, and like learning to plan financially around that. My first 2 years, I was making any money on YouTube. I had 1 year I had to pay in like $40,000, and I had nothing. Right, so I was like in. I had to extend my taxes to October, and I had like $5,000. I had to borrow money from my parents just to pay my fucking taxes. And then the next year, my accountant was like, "Hey, you should really be paying in every month." And I was like, "I just borrowed all this money from my parents. I got to pay them back. Plus, I got to pay my life, pay my bills. I know I can't do that."
Never.
And only recently
Never
did I
rump.
end up in a situation where I can effectively plan around income and pay in every month. Is that something is that kind of describe why things are tight the way they are, or am I not understanding? Because I'm thinking,
No,
people bring up your taxes. I'm like, oh, I know why. Because he's like me, he didn't fucking pay his taxes, and all of a sudden they're like, whoops, you owe this bunch of money, and then you end up behind, and then behind, and then behind.
Right.
No, he frivolously spent a lot of his fucking money. He will fucking admit that. The reason he is in the situation, I will never stop downloading porn. How dare you fucking tell me not to? By the way, who the fuck, wait, what am I saying? Who the fuck downloads porn anymore? It's free on the internet. It's like water. It's free to everybody. Anyway, no, seriously, he will fucking admit. He will fucking admit that he frivolously spent a lot of his fucking money.
Things like that.
For me,
It's legit.
Okay.
It's legit
obviously
fucking
that factors
ridiculous.
into it, but sadly for me, my story is
More
it's a lot more
complicated.
complex. I can go into it, and I guess you can make a judgment call on
ahead.
if this is something that people should hear or not. I guess.
All right, I'm gonna write down the timestamp so I can go back, and you can decide later if you want me to keep
Yeah.
it. Go ahead.
So when I
Yes, I will let you decide if you would like me to remove this in post. This is a fuck piece. Listen.
on
ahead.
if this is something that people should hear or not, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna write down the timestamp so I can go back, and you can decide later if you want me to keep
Yeah.
it. Go ahead.
So when I started on YouTube, I was making ridiculous money out of nowhere. It was just insane the amount of money I was making. For
He
2
was
years,
making
I made
fucking
more
money.
than I'll probably ever make in my life in 2 years. Like, it was
And he didn't
just
deserve a fucking
insane. I
penny
couldn't
of it.
believe
Yeah.
And then after that, the bubble burst. It was the first bubble that burst on YouTube, and the money went boom. I'm like, okay, I'm still making good money. Like, even with the dip, I'm still making crazy good money. And I took all that money that I made in those years, and I saved a lot of it, and I used it to pay off all my previous debts of my life. Like, I had student loans, I had all kinds of shit, and I paid it all off. So I was
And
in
I
the
can-
clear. Like, essentially, all I had was a mortgage.
And I will
on a condo
say
in
that was a
Connecticut
smart
that I
move.
lived in, where I made all my content in. And that was it. That was, and by the way, not a ritzy place or whatever, but Connecticut
a
is
condo.
expensive as
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Connecticut is very expensive. So even a little place costs over $100,000 in Connecticut. That's how crazy expensive
Yeah.
everything is there.
Sure.
So I have this mortgage and no debt.
How long
At that
ago
point, I
was
was
this?
living. What's that?
How long ago was this?
Devour.
Early
Oh, so
2000s?
that was 2011, 2012, and
Okay.
to some extent 2013.
Gotcha.
So I was making so much money that I was like, I gotta get out of here. I hate living in Connecticut. I seriously got to get out of this state. The state is way too expensive. The taxes there are astronomically high. I'm paying state tax plus a business tax, like a extra tax on top of it, plus federal income tax, and prices are high. Everything, it's like insane. Why am I operating a business out of Connecticut when I'm a YouTuber? I could live in a million other places that are cheaper.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there. Yeah.
So I looked at that point. I looked at the whole country, and I was looking at different areas. Florida and Texas are both like ridiculously good for business, but the weather sucks.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to live there.
You might like
Very
that.
hot.
Some people
humid,
like it.
hot. Yeah.
I live in Wisconsin. I don't like it, but a
So
lot of internet personalities.
No poor people in Connecticut. Well, I mean, Phil grew up in the mean streets of Connecticut.
One of the best business friendly states for taxes. It's like nothing. You get away with everything basically. You don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so common sense would tell you if you want to move anywhere, really, but you're paying off a mortgage on a house, condo, apartment, what have you. Common sense would say, pay off the fucking mortgage. That is what common sense would tell you, but this is Phil we're talking about. He doesn't believe in common sense, he just needs to get the fuck out. Seriously. Okay, now, god damn it, putting all those tables down.
I'm doing all this research, and I find out about the state of Washington. They have no state income tax. But they, the taxes here are decently.
The sales tax are high, though, right?
Sales tax, I believe, is around 10%.
Yeah, it's
but I was already
Blitz
paying
just
7%.
flipping all the tables.
Yeah.
And out here with no state income tax, it's way bigger savings because I'd rather.
Oh yeah, shoot! By the way, after all this is done, guys, after all this is done, I'll probably be doing some call-ins.
So
that makes sense.
So out here, the weather I like better and everything. The houses out here way cheaper than in Connecticut. Like I could get a place
I'll probably be doing some call-ins depending on the time
for the same price. That's how crazy it was. So eventually, in 2014, I moved out here, and I got this place. This is where I live now.
Where's this
so
with
now
your YouTube timeline? This is you're on Twitch now.
Get the tables.
2014.
Well, I had started
Botchamania.
I'm not a full-time streamer. In fact, I never took streaming seriously at all until 2017 when the adpocalypse happened on YouTube.
Basically, when the money ran dry and he had no other option.
No money doing it. It was a fan service for people who wanted to see me live. I was still 100% in on income I was getting from YouTube ad revenue. That was my way I was making a living. Okay. So I moved in 2014. And I'll be honest with you, my channel was starting to slow down. You could see it was getting a slow decline, but there was no like shocking warning signs that things were going to go horribly wrong. Within 1 year of me moving out here,
here we go.
To give you some perspective here, okay?
Yeah.
I got swatted,
which is scummy.
I had a
wasn't as bad as he said
behind the scenes to my family that I don't even want to talk about publicly because it's shocking.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. My channels were stricken down repeatedly with false copyright strikes because YouTube's program is such a piece of garbage. You can just impersonate whoever you want. Yeah. And it forced my channel to lose millions of views.
Bullshit? Was that where somebody like impersonated?
Oh, do I, Jen? I'm sorry, I'll be quiet.
No, that was the first time that ever happened was back in 2010, and that's why I created a new channel called DSP Gaming. Originally, I was just under Darkside Phil, and someone impersonated an Ubisoft employee and got Darkside Phil shut down, so I started DSP Gaming. Later, I got that cleared up. Yeah. But in 2015, people impersonated different gaming companies, and then they actually listen to this conspiracy, okay? Yeah. They actually made
lives on the edge
for me to use in my videos.
Oh, and I heard about this.
Yeah,
I heard about this.
They put it up on my forums in like January, February of 2015. Oh, Phil, here, use this fan art.
That's brutal.
They waited.
Now, this was the SOK, if I recall correctly, my dumbass history.
On YouTube, saying that I'd stolen it without permission.
That was brutal. That was bad.
Now, the fan art thing, that was the SOK to my fading, very tired memory. Oh no, Jen, I know it's from Botchamania. I was just ribbing you. I was just ribbing you there. No, that was. What are these sucks you speak of? Hey, Dev Bunny. But no, if I remember correctly, that is the SOK. And again, going back to my original point, a lot of what Phil talks about the negatives that happen to him, like the real big negatives, only revolve around those idiots. They only revolve around those idiots. And fuck it, we lost Blitz. God damn it. Everybody, can I get an F in chat for Blitz who just committed seppuku?
overnight, I had to delete so many videos that my channel lost like around, I think it was between 6 to 10 million views. And when that happens with the YouTube channel, YouTube essentially says that's a red flag. Something's really wrong with the channel that's losing 10 million views. It must have been that they were doing something underhanded or whatever. And immediately what the algorithm does, it kicks your channel from the search ratings. So overnight, my channel, DSP Gaming, that used to be one of the top channels always for gaming, became unheard of. And no one could find it on YouTube. People would search for my videos and couldn't find them on YouTube. And that was the
V
first
for vegetables.
year during the fall gaming season when a bunch of new video games always come out, September, October, November, December.
Yeah, it's the money
That's
months.
the money season. I would get a giant spike in views and a giant spike in money. My views went down.
Oh, if you extended the hand out just a little further, we could have had a perfect gift there.
Thing after thing. Wait till you hear the next one.
Of
So
Adolf Phil.
So I'm trying to recover from that. It's very hard because now I've got all this debt in my name. I've got 2 homes in my name, all this stuff going on. Then the next year, I find out my tax accountant from Connecticut did my taxes wrong for several years. And
well, I know what it's like filing as a internet.
Yeah, here we go. This is
an accountant that knows how to fucking do that. You know, like
this is where I don't believe.
It's just laziness. This guy, when I moved out here to the state of Washington, told me, "Don't worry. Even though I'm stationed in Connecticut, I can continue to do your taxes for you. I know what I'm doing. I'm a good guy. I know everything." So he did my taxes for 2014, 2015, 2016. I get a notice at the end of well, it was during 2017. I get a notice from the state here. Were you aware that? Yeah, the Washington state. Are you aware that there's business taxes here that you haven't paid for 3 or 4 years, and now you owe us all this money in back taxes? I was like, what? I was told by my guy there's nothing. So I contact my guy. He's like, oh, I don't know, nothing. Don't talk to me no more. Basically, that was his approach. Like, I don't want to hear nothing because he was afraid I was going to sue him.
Honestly, I don't even think you'd be able to sue him, especially when you turn around and say you've barely got any fucking money. But no. I'm literally picking up my goddamn fucking I'm literally picking up and holding my Switch controller, and I am pressing X to doubt on that one. I'm smashing that motherfucker on that. Unless he was working with a goddamn fucking con artist, I disagree. There's a video where he goes over this, and I'm sure someone's gonna make like a comparison to what he's saying here to what he said in that video. I'm fucking certain they're going to. Reaper 21 23 23, thank you for subscribing, much appreciated, brother. But no, I'm sure someone could make a comparison between the video where he was talking about that and what he's saying now, and I'm sure there's going to be some differences in the story. I just haven't seen that video in a while, but I'm still smashing X to doubt on that.
So
and by the way, that's a perfect gif. That's a perfect picture right there. Don't shoot. I have gout.
Find a new tax guy. I ended up being so much money in the hole, and now my tax guy charges me so much money to fix this issue. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars, okay, out of nowhere. Money that I already had a decrease in income because of all that trolling activity and the false copyright strikes, and I'm just trying to recover from that, and then this happens on top of it. And since then, it's like seriously thing after thing, and I can't talk about all of it publicly because there's personal things that happen behind the scenes that I cannot disclose.
Yeah, like telling them to leave your ex-girlfriend on the street with a pill. I'm
stuck. And there's no...
He's different, guys. He's different.
There's no way to fix it. There's no quick fix solution. I'm stuck with multiple properties. The one in Connecticut I can't get rid of because the property I owe way more on the mortgage than what it's worth. The property value actually dipped in the 10 years that I
about that. People asked about the other property. So you're still stuck with that now?
I'm stuck with it.
Unload it?
I can't unload it. I tried short selling it. It got declined. They won't do it.
Again, anybody with common sense would have waited till the mortgage was all paid off.
What I do, I'm screwed. So I have to choose the lesser of two evils. Do I ruin my credit?
Yeah.
You know?
My sister's in that same spot. Yeah.
You know? So I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's what the people constantly ask me, why are you always asking
like,
for money
seriously.
on streams? I don't want to. If you actually watch back in the day when I was on YouTube, and I was making the big money before all this happened, I never asked for anything. I was happy. I just come make videos, put out the content. It was never about
Yeah,
that.
click
I don't want my
on
streams to be
those
about
ads,
that.
guys.
In fact,
Click on those
when
ads.
I'm doing a live stream, the reason I do this lengthy pre-stream is because I want to get that bullshit out of the way so we can have fun with games. That's all I want to talk about is having fun with games. I don't want to have it to be, I have to constantly be like, oh, by the way, reminder, guys, help me with the tip and do this and do that, whatever. That's not the kind of guy I am, but that's what I've been forced to become over the years because of my financial situation behind the scenes.
That you put yourself in. Here's the thing, I'd like to just point out something. You could literally spend like 10, 15 minutes on a pre-stream just talking about certain things, hitting the keynotes, like literally bullet point that motherfucker, shill your shit, get out. And yet he spends over 30 to 40 fucking minutes talking about this shit. Who the fuck goes on about that kind of shit? And as far as shilling your stuff, here's the thing. Little insight for you guys. Obviously, not everybody here knows I have a Let's Play channel, or that I stream video games either. You guys, pretty much all of you fucking guys are brand new here anyway. Thanks, Memology again. But what I did, considering I'm not affiliated, I'm not partnered, I don't have monetization on my fucking Let's Play channel at all, or on my Twitch. You know what I do? I made fucking ads for myself. I advertise my fucking Teesprings in a video. I advertise a few other channels, like the podcast that I'm on, the Vitamin G podcast, because they're my boys and I love them. And I advertise my fucking YouTube channel. I made videos specifically, like a sizzle reel of trailers. And I only play them during my break. Where Phil goes on and that's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes tops. But Phil goes on like a fucking 40-minute tirade at the beginning of his fucking video with a constant banner on top saying sub goal, fucking tip goal. And he's constantly shilling.
And people bring it up constantly that Phil's a shill and Phil's only about the money. It's like, but
what I just said.
I did YouTube for 2.5 years and never made any money doing it because I loved doing it. Then when I was a full-time YouTuber for 6 years, I wasn't hassling people for money constantly. It was only until all of a sudden in the past 3.5 to 4 years that all these things compiled on top. These really, I mean, I know it's a ridiculous story. Like, so you're going to tell me, Phil, really we're supposed to believe that false copyright strikes made your channel die on YouTube, then your taxes were done wrong, then more stuff happened. Yeah, I know it's a crazy story, but that's my life at this point. And
it is crazy.
That's the reality I live in.
Only a crazy man could live it.
Like I'm doing an event coming up tomorrow where I'm hoping to raise some extra funds so that I can pay bills for this coming month, because if I don't, I'm going to be screwed. I will have overdrafts. I will have fees. People will be calling me, where's your money? Where's the money? And it's like I said, it's come to the point in my personal life now where I have to make a decision. What do I ruin? Who do I not pay, or what decision do I make that's going to ruin my life because of these things that have all compiled? And my hope is that within 5 to 10 years.
Within 5 to 10 fucking years. He went from saying 5, then immediately jumped to double that to 10. Fuck.
I can get this cleared up and I can get a full-time job outside of YouTube and Twitch where I've got consistent income that's not reliant on things that can be screwed over for me. And then I can balance that with maybe streaming.
Yeah, you got that 5-year plan like Destiny did. Destiny didn't even hit the fucking 5-year plan.
And I can wean myself off of being such a guy who's forced to be here 6 days a week full-time. Because I am. I can't not. The day I don't stream is the day another bill doesn't get paid. And that's the situation I'm in, and people don't seem to understand that. They think I'm making it up. They think that my money is being put into some bank in the Cayman Islands, and I got a yacht somewhere. You know, there's crazy stuff that they say.
You don't strike me as somebody that lives lavishly.
The thing is, my house is nice. Like, this house here is pretty
no,
nice.
But he doesn't live lavishly. He lets other people buy his shit.
Cheap compared to what I came from in Connecticut. So I was able to get a house for a really reasonable price when I bought it. But you're right. Like, the stuff around me is old. Nothing. I've had this microphone for 4 years. You know, I haven't bought a backup hard drive to back up videos in 2 years because I can't afford to do it anymore. Like, I'm just.
Why back up videos? Like, legit, why back up videos? YouTube has a fucking download MP3 fucking feature. Why do you need to back up videos? Like, why? I don't even back up my videos. Once I've done a let's play, I delete all the videos because they're on fucking YouTube and I know I'll be able to download them via MP4 at any goddamn fucking time I find convenient. And if not, there's fucking online software that you can use. I don't get that mentality. And as far as a microphone goes, so long as it's a good microphone, that fucking can last for decades. Unless you fucking slam it. Or you just scream into it like Wings does. I just don't get it. Like, you can have things that will last for a while. I don't get how this is a point of defense. If it ain't, it's a simple case of if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. I don't get that mentality that, oh, I don't live lavishly. Look, I've had this for 4 years. I've had that. Yeah, that's because it isn't because you can't afford it. It's because it still fucking works.
Done. I've cut every corner, and you're right. Like,
well, he does have a pop shield, so that does stop it. In fact,
the new statue I frivolously bought today of a Marvel character.
And there's that frivolous spending.
I can't afford that anymore. I can't do anything anymore. But people want to pretend like I'm still the Phil from back then, and like I'm pulling some scam every day, a new way to scam the viewers and make money. When in reality, it's just a really messed up life situation I'm in, and I hope to one day get out of it.
Do you think? 2 questions. Do you ever think about making a new channel? That other one's been kind of... Because I have the Quartering, and I have, like, Midwestly, and I even have a new third... I'm always creating new channels because I'm always afraid of what happened, basically, to your DSP gaming channel. Have you thought about trying that?
I've done it.
Okay.
Over the years, I've done it. At one point, I had...
Again, Jeremy did 0 research. How the fuck, why the fuck would you interview somebody and not know that the dude has multiple goddamn fucking channels? How would you not know this?
I had a channel that was just for fighting games, but that I had to get rid of because Machinima screwed me over at one point.
Okay.
I won't get into that because Machinima doesn't even exist anymore, so who cares?
Yeah.
In 2016, I made a channel called KO Gaming. And this channel was exclusively to be not what I do on my streams, which is just raw gameplay, but this was where I was going to take the footage from the raw gameplay and edit it together into really, high production value game reviews or countdown videos, the kind of stuff that you see on YouTube all the time that's really popular, that's not raw, it's edited stuff. And the channel took off. The channel, within 6 months, I had a video that had over 1 million views. I was making thousands of dollars on it. It was really good.
Yeah, because Reddit.
Guess what happened? YouTube demonetized it.
Really?
For no reason. Every video I started uploading got demonetized, and they wouldn't explain why. I would have to basically submit the dispute.
Yeah, the request. Yeah.
It would take 4 days. They would fix it, but I'm working my ass off putting videos on YouTube, and I can't make any money on them.
I take contention with that fucking statement. Who here remembers the cock? The community creation content. Like, seriously. Who fucking remembers the cock? Because Phil sure as ain't mentioning the fucking cock. He doesn't fucking... Oh my god. Fucking edited shit. Here's the real reason. Because the fucking channel was dead. He fucking said this in a video himself. The reason why he doesn't upload anything to KL Gaming is because it's fucking dead. No one was subscribing to it. And nobody was watching any of his stuff on it after the initial fucking peak of Homeland Revolution. Oh, Homefront Revolution, I think. I think that it was Homefront Revolution, yeah. But yeah, just straight after that, right down into the fucking toilet, he started putting up this Say You Don't plays of his own fucking videos. That didn't get any fucking traction. And that's why he abandoned it. That's why he doesn't fucking do it. So no, it's his own fucking fault. He, pun intended, cocked it up.
But after 4 days, you can't make any money on a video anymore. It's already live.
He'll say that.
Yeah, you get 80% of your views in the first 24 hours, and then they finally greenlight it,
They fix it. So for me, it was like, there was two things that happened. That happened, and then also, of course, my detractors immediately knew that channel was me and started spamming the videos with downvotes and nasty comments. This is DSP, the person who we hate. Here's all the nasty stuff he's done over the years. How are you going to have a new audience of people come into a channel that looks like it's fresh and new and it's exciting, and the first thing they see is
exciting,
about, you know, defamatory
overselling much
comments. They don't even care. They're like, I don't care about that. I'm watching the video. It's actually pretty good. But they get bombarded with the toxicity. So it was a combination of the two factors that in 2017, when the YouTube apocalypse hit, I was like, so not only are they going to demonetize every video on the channel, but then I can't make money anyway because they just halved the amount of money you can make on a video to begin with. Why am I going to focus on YouTube anymore? And that's when I decided enough is enough. I know I have enough of a supportive fan base. I'm taking my ass to Twitch, and I'm just going to do this full time. And I had enough of YouTube. And that's my attitude for the past 2.5 years is my videos are just archives of what I do on Twitch. And I don't care. I'm not going to edit nothing. You know,
Phil, I'm just going to get real close to the microphone. I'm gonna whisper sweet little nothings in all of your ears. Phil, you never fucking edited your gameplays anywhere. Don't fucking lie to us, Phil. We know. We know. You never edited your shit to begin with. So don't be telling us fucking lies. You fucking rotten, arrogant, lying son of a bitch. Don't you dare fucking lie to us.
I'm not going to put the hard time and effort into doing that kind of work that I did for a whole year there on KO Gaming just to have it destroyed because of a YouTube algorithm because they're lazy over there. So I'm not going to put up with it anymore. But I tried to diversify, and sadly after a year it didn't work out anymore.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I completely understand why you feel that way, and you're really more of a streamer anyway, since, you know, really gameplay videos I think evolved to streamers.
Live streams. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's Let's Plays were huge in 2010, but now we're all streaming, and well, I'm not, but streamers stream these games, and that's where people like to watch them. So let me ask you, and we'll wrap it up here in the next less than 10 minutes. You've been great. I do appreciate the time.
No problem.
So where do you think, how do I put this?
Get out of my ear, negro.
Thank you, D, for that $1. Much appreciated. I do appreciate all of that gold dust.
Kind of, when you say that you want to wean off YouTube and get into like something more stable.
Let's go back.
How do I put this? Where do you want, kind of, when you say that you want to wean off YouTube and get into like something more stable?
He wants to wean off of that YouTube tit.
I don't stream, but we live by the same basic rules.
Right.
And I work full time still. And I tell my people constantly, like my viewers, like, I'll never quit my job, you know? What was the last job that you even remember? What was the last thing you did?
I'm glad Jen
started this.
I was working for a helicopter parts company based out of Connecticut. They were a subsidiary of a much larger company called Sikorsky Aircraft, which is a part of another big company called United Technologies. You might have heard of them because they make a ton of stuff. And this company essentially was the middleman between someone who owned a helicopter and the companies who would repair helicopter parts.
He'd get fucking murdered if you went on the route for top.
Oil rig company, and you need to fly your people back and forth to the oil rig. I was the guy who would take your call. I would listen to your problem. I would talk to my guys, my techs, figure out what's going on with your helicopter, place an order for a part for you, or I would get your part in that's broken and get it repaired for a reasonable price and get it back to you as soon as I could. So I did that for about 2.5 years. And then the job told me that they wanted me to expand and do more. So even though I was getting paid to do the job of a customer service rep, they trained me in what's called Achieving Competitive Excellence, or ACE, which is continuous improvement. What I would do is I would look at a part of a job and I would map out every step of the process. So, for example, with a YouTuber, you would say, step 1, brainstorm the idea for the video.
Answer, I choose death.
Step 3, edit the video. Step 4, upload.
Euphoria,
And
I
would
choose
map out
death.
that process step by step and say, what step is the step that takes so long? That
Oh no, he's
really
talking
should
about.
shorten this,
He's
save more
Jeremy
money, make
asked
it
him
more
about his
efficient.
last job.
And I went for training for all of this, and I redesigned 2 entire processes within the company. So for 5 years, I worked for this company. For 2.5 years, I'm getting paid the job of like a line level customer service rep, while I'm doing a job of someone who should be getting paid double.
Hey,
Then the company completely screwed
Euphoria.
up
If you want to
and
commit
lost all this
seppuku, just
money
type
and
in
laid me off
exclamation mark seppuku.
Of course.
out of nowhere. So I never got paid for any of the work I did. Like all this, I was promised the world, oh, you're going to get promotions for doing all this extra work. I got laid off out of nowhere, blindsided.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
God, I was doing YouTube during that time as a hobby for about 2.5 years, and I had something to try to do.
Okay, so first of all, Cardo and Horse, Jeremy, he does have a reason, because Jeremy did lead in with the question that, detail your last job to me. So, I mean, there was a lead into this question. But yeah, apparently Phil, I apologize if we're talking over it, but Phil basically explained that while he was doing his call-in center job, he was told to do something else under the ACE program. So basically he was doing 2 jobs with the pay of 1. And he was promised promotions and all this shit, and then he got fucking fired. Like, what the hell?
To make a living, because there was nothing else available in Connecticut in that job sector. I would have had to get a job that probably paid way less money, and I had just gotten a condo and all this debt in my name there for that job. I had actually gotten a condo. I purchased it, and it was like 2 blocks away from the job to try to be able to go to work more quickly and everything. And they screw me over. I'm the guy they lay off, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're the one guy.
Yeah, like I jumped right into YouTube after that. Luckily, it was a miracle because, like I said, I never expected that YouTube would be something I would make $1 doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Okay, and if I'm being over presumptuous here, I apologize. But even so, like where my YouTube channel is now, somebody might look at it. When your channel was peaking, it was like 13 million views. That's where I'm at.
Right.
And
congratulations, Duke.
13 million only because of the amount of fucking parts he spammed out.
That's great. I remember what it was like back then.
yeah. But you know, I've had plenty of cautionary tales before me, so I've been, I know. I mean, look, neither one of us are gonna do this.
Death Bunny, I was making a
5 years
joke.
from now, we're both not.
I was making the joke considering he said they laid me off.
No way.
Yeah, right.
He was singling himself out.
What would be
I was
your
joking.
dream job type, or like, it doesn't have to be a dream job, but the type of field you'd like to be in after you stabilize.
See, for me, ultimately,
DSP.
my old plan when I was making the big money on YouTube was that I wanted to do that for, say, maybe 5 to 7 years and save up enough money that I could open up a different kind of business, completely separate from the internet, a brick and mortar business.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna go back, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce you to the DSP fantasy fiction. Like this is pure fantasy fiction.
Job, but
pure.
The type of field you'd like to be in after you stabilize.
See, for me, ultimately, my old plan when I was making the big money on YouTube was that I wanted to do that for, say, maybe 5 to 7 years and save up enough money that I could open up a different kind of business, completely separate from the internet, a brick and mortar business. What it would have been, I have absolutely no idea. I tossed around ideas with relatives and stuff that I could do a restaurant, I could do a sales, some kind of a sales business. Who knows, right? I don't know, but that was my plan. Was I knew even back then the YouTube thing wasn't going to last forever, and that I wanted to diversify and do something completely different. And the money I was making at that point looked like I would be able to save it up and do it. And then all the stuff happened to me over the years that's not viable anymore.
No. Then you went and bought a fucking house on the other side of the country. That's what you did. You didn't save up your money. You paid off your loan. Apparently you paid off all your student loans and everything like that. But no. You went and bought a fucking house. And then the money dried up, showing how much of a fucking retard you are. And I hope everybody enjoyed the story time with Darkside Phil talking in Fantasy World, because there is no fucking way. There is no fucking way he would have ever opened his own fucking business. Not a fucking chance. He can barely fucking hold down the businesses he's got right now.
That would be my dream thing, to be able to own and operate my own business outside of YouTube. that, and outside of Twitch, that would be something that I could say, not only am I my own boss, which I am now, but now I could do something that maybe isn't so reliant on internet interactivity. And
Motherfucker, you're not your own boss.
Constantly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You come to my stream and you mess with me, you get moderated or whatever, big deal. You come to a business and you start doing stuff in person, you're gonna get arrested. Right? So there's a big difference there. And I know that would probably be something more I could control or whatever. Of course, you always have an online factor.
You can't.
A restaurant and the trolls pretend like they ate
yeah,
there.
it would be the best. You'd have
Fucking nothing but...
Spaghetti smells like his gout or something, you know.
Don't give us ideas,
shit,
Phil.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I always wanted to do. And it just sucks because right now, that's the dream. The dream would be, let's say in 5 years, I could get myself to a better position. I could just do any kind of job to get myself stable, and eventually if I could save money to do it. But I don't know. At this point, like, you know, those days are kind of gone, you know, where I have those kind of aspirations. To me, I just want to have a day where I don't have to worry about what bill is not going to get paid or gets paid today, and, you know, what call am I going to get that's my bank account bounced on this one, and that's just the life situation I'm in now. So,
well, yeah, I'd like to see you get to a point where, I really would, to where you're making your monthly income tax payments and you don't get in this situation every year,
right?
Because I could tell
he's going to be
struggle to get there. Now that I'm there, this is the second year that I've done it, and life, it's like you live on a little bit less, but then you don't live in fear from January to April, you know, and then extend your taxes to October if you're like me. But all right, we'll finish on a funny note. All
okay.
Right.
Here we go.
This is the most popular question.
Jesus.
Okay.
Are you right? Where did the load go?
A tissue.
Oh,
very simple.
Oh.
Very simple.
Okay.
Nothing complicated, nothing crazy. A tissue. You know, I wasn't stupid. I'm not dumb. You know, it's hilarious. I get so.
I'm not dumb. But I jerked off while the fucking camera was on. He's not dumb, ladies and gentlemen. He's not dumb. All he did was jerk off when a camera was on. Right. Right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Phil, you're an idiot.
So many questions. Phil, what were you watching when it happened?
Oh, what
Phil,
were you watching? Will you share
honestly,
that?
I don't even know. Here's
Some
how I
generic
answer.
thing.
I swear, and the thing is, it's because you get a younger audience who are very immature, and they think it's some big production. What happened, right?
Yeah. Well, most of us know, by the way, you and I are both in our mid-30s as men. We know how we know how it goes. Yeah.
Right.
You know what? Okay, so you know what's really bad about this? The fact that Jeremy is defending like, saying no fucking ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is defending Phil jerking off, but barely even touches the fact that he jerked off with a camera on.
Right. What happened, right?
Yeah. Well, most of us know, by the way, you and I are both in our mid-30s as men. We know how we know how it goes. Yeah.
Right. It's like, it's just a thing. It's a frivolous thing. Get it over with, and then move on with your day. Right.
Yeah, that's on my schedule. You know,
these kids think that I apparently had aromatherapy candles in the background, and I was like rubbing body oils on my body and getting all into it.
No one believes that. Do you know why no one believes that? Or no one even fucking says that? Because, motherfucker, there's video of you doing it.
On the stream. No,
that would have been amazing if it was, though.
It was so stupid. It was a frivolous, stupid thing. And, you know, it's people, that's what they say, oh, he didn't even wash his hands because I had tissues. You know, what do you think I'm doing here? It's like, you guys are freaking out.
You were touching your dick. You were touching your dick. I don't care if you used a tissue. You were touching your dick. And you didn't wash your hands. You didn't even have any fucking antibacterial hand wash on standby. Oh my god, I cannot believe we're actually ending on this fucking note with two grown men talking about Phil jerking off.
Out of your minds with the stuff that they make up about this. But you know what? out of all that, as silly as it is, and the fact I know I'll never live it down, I laugh at it all the time. It's hilarious how
You
stupid
got
it
really
is.
lucky. That's what I always say about it. I was like, man, he's lucky his dong wasn't on camera. Like,
Right.
you
know?
got. I mean, as unlucky as you were to have the stream on, you were equally lucky that you didn't get a lifetime ban. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and it's a thing that people say. The people who spin it. Did you know that Darkside Phil is a chronic masturbator who does it in front of thousands of children?
No one ever fucking said that. And whoever says that is most likely joking. It's called exaggeration, Phil. You're the fucking king of it.
Everyone
You're the
this
king.
is his ritual, and here's the evidence, and they show the screen capture of my face. Doing, oh, and like,
Yeah.
Are you crazy? But people believe it because people have talked about it for 3.5 years now, and they like they think that this is like something what really happened. The true story is it was early morning. The stream, I turn on my stream and I play music. Now I play music. Back then I just used to play like the PS4 dashboard theme while I run some promo ads over the screen to show here, go buy something from my Teespring store, blah, blah, blah. And I was running it and I accidentally had left my webcam on from the night before on the screen in the corner. I had no knowledge
Obviously,
of it.
yeah.
And it's an honest, and it's a stupid thing that happened. And I know I'll never live it down. But it's not a big deal to me. Like, is it embarrassing? Hell yeah. If anything, the one thing that's come out of it positive, if anyone asks me, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you, Phil? I don't have a hard time answering. I got right away.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, I was lucky. You're right. I'm always smart. You notice today, my webcam, you don't
I'm always smart. Sorry. I'm always smart.
see anything below the belt here.
Yeah.
It's always like upper torso. This is how it's always been. So I knew when people exaggerate for it to be something so ludicrous, it's like, did you actually even see what it was?
Yeah.
It's just my O face. That's all it is. You don't see anything else. But people want to make it out like it's the worst, horrendously disgusting thing ever. You watch movies. Did
You jerked off on stream. Does not matter if we saw your dick. Does not matter if we saw the fucking climax. It is the goddamn fact that you jerked off on stream.
you ever see American Pie? That fucking Jason Biggs did way worse than I did in that movie.
He is an actor. You are a streamer with a predominantly young audience. Why is this so hard for you to comprehend? It would be easier for you to turn around and say, it was a mistake, I will never do it again, let's move on. But no, you're trying so hard to defend this image that you think you have. But Phil, your image is as shattered as a fucking mirror that has had an ugly fucker looking at it. In fact, it looks like your mirror after you finish looking into it.
And he got paid for it and I didn't. So it's like...
Well, you got paid kind of. I mean... It would have been amazing if there was aromatherapy and oils. Like, I mean, it will still always be popular, but, if it had been a big production, was there ever any, like, what the fuck did so here's the other theory around it, is that Twitch was, like, had some in-depth conversations with you about it. My position has always been, no fucking way Twitch was like, yo, Phil, what the fuck? My guess is it's been, like, totally generic. But was there any communication at that time with Twitch or anything like that?
Here we go, and here's the great answer. Get ready for this one, because this is so hilarious to debunk all of it. I wasn't streaming on Twitch at the time. I was streaming on YouTube.
No one... How does that debunk anything? How... It was on YouTube, so how the fuck is this debunking anything? Everybody knows it was on fucking YouTube, you dipshit. This debunks nothing. I feel like getting the fucking box, opening it and saying nothing.
Oh,
There was there you go. 2 years that I wasn't streaming on Twitch because at one point Twitch had forced me to lower my bitrate. And
I remember that was streams, I remember that.
Someone had probably asked about that. They basically came into one of my streams like a year before this had happened and said, you're streaming too high. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like, other people are streaming way higher than me, and my quality, if you make me lower,
Yeah,
it's gonna
because
look
he
terrible.
did zero
I had issues with that, and I
research.
had left Twitch for 2 years.
What a
and I
weird
was
thing to
streaming on
say.
YouTube.
How early was that? I can't even imagine somebody saying anything like that nowadays.
That was late 2015. Fall of
okay.
2015, I was playing an Assassin's Creed game, and they told me to lower my bitrate, so
I don't
did, and my
fucking
stream
care
looked
if
like
he's
shit, and I said,
referencing
"I'm
Watch
outta here," and I
Mojo.
left for 2 years. I didn't come back until
He's
early
treating it like
2017.
everybody's saying it.
But that's the thing. Did Twitch say anything? No, Twitch wasn't involved. It happened on YouTube.
That's funny.
and
Yeah. Okay.
The thing is, on YouTube, I didn't auto archive anything when it came to the pre-streams. So
Yeah.
there was nothing. The only people who got footage of this were people who literally stalk me every day, and they illegally record my streams just in case something like this happens. And boy, did they get their jackpot that day.
Oh,
right?
literally.
It went everywhere viral within minutes. It was everywhere all over the internet. And for me, it's like, then that's the thing, the slander. Oh, well, did Twitch ever say anything? YouTube didn't say anything because I never uploaded it. After it was broadcast, it never was live on any of my channels, so there was no evidence.
Rolling
of anything
200
that ever
in. Thank
happened.
you for
It was
subscribing.
everyone
Much
else
appreciated,
posting
brother.
the content that was basically propagating it, not me. So YouTube never contacted me. Machinima did contact me, and because they were my partnership network at the time. They said, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Did you have like a big?
Do you need your
fallout?"
hand
I was like,
holding?
it was, nothing really happened. People are laughing at me. I'm laughing with it. I don't, I'm not denying it. I'm just kind of having a laugh at it. And it seems like it's working out and everything's fine. So after that, Machinima never bothered me about it again. YouTube never contacted me, and I wasn't on Twitch. So nothing ever happened in regards to it, which is why it's ludicrous when you hear Phil, he masturbated in front of thousands of children.
Millions.
You know how many people? There was like 60 people on the pre-stream, and no one was watching because it was just the ad cards running. So no one was even there. It was just a honest.
How do you know
mistake.
that?
It wasn't some exhibitionist crazy stunt. That
How the
people
fuck
were
do you
organizing.
know that?
Yeah. Well, nowadays on Twitch, if a girl did that, I'd assume it was a stunt. But who knows these days? Look, you've been extremely generous with your time. Is there anything? First of all, I'm going to link your channels in the description.
Oh, God damn it.
Your Twitch stream and
And
stuff
please
like that.
spell my channel correctly on Twitch, which Twitch failed to do when they tried to promote me a couple weeks ago, and then they had to take it down, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And would anybody like to know why they took it down and never put it back up?
Yeah, I will. I'm not Twitch. Is there anything, that you would want, a parting thought that you'd want to, say to anybody?
What I would say is two things. The first is, out of all the negative stuff you've heard about me, some of it's probably true, and some of it is probably gross exaggeration. I openly admit that when I started, the first 3-4 years I did YouTube, I was a complete asshole. I made many, many mistakes back then. I fess up to the things that I said and did, and I wish that I hadn't done them, because I really feel now that I've become a more mature person doing this. And now that I'm an interactive streamer and I actively have these direct interactions with people every day, I see that what I say and do actually affects people on a daily basis.
Bullshit. I'm gonna pull out my Kratos voice for this one. Boy.
And I didn't see that back when I was.
By the way, thank you, Amy, for that,
for
for subscribing. Much
I
appreciated,
didn't have that
sister.
live interaction. I didn't get to see that, and I thought it was just a joke. And
Oh, brother.
I said horrible things about game developers. I said things about games and stuff that people still take me to task for to this day, as if it happened yesterday. I'm not like that anymore. And if anything, give a stream a shot. Come by a stream of mine. Give it a look. If you like it, great. If not, don't. But don't just blanketly believe what people say about me, because sadly it's become kind of a mob mentality to believe everything that's negatively said about DSP, because he's the lol cow. He's the guy who so much bad stuff has happened in his history. All of it must be true. When you get crazy things like Phil hired a escort to come visit him for 3 months one year, and in reality it was all fabricated. It was scammers in Europe trying to extort me for money behind the scenes. They had made this whole thing up. That's the kind of stuff that becomes like a fact.
The one fucking thing that he can bring up. That is the one and only fucking goddamn thing he can bring up to use against people who detract against him. The one thing. Jesus Christ. And the worst thing is, no one has... If anybody did their due diligence, which clearly Jeremy didn't do, and actually research into Phil, they will find mountains of evidence.
Because people believe everything. So don't. Take it all with a grain of salt. Some of it may be true, some of it not. Come check out my stream. And the other thing is, you know, understand.
Thanks,
that
Euphoria, for that,
it's tough
for
doing
subscribing. Much
what
appreciated, brother.
we do for a living. You know what I mean? Like, we have a public face. And when I started doing this 10 years ago, there was zero track history of anyone else who had done it before. I had no one I could look.
I would officially like to point and send everybody over to Down the Rabbit Hole. I do believe he actually goes into the fact that there were people doing Let's Plays before Phil was doing it. You're welcome.
At as someone who I could learn from and say, wow, they screwed up. Let me learn from those mistakes. I made tons of mistakes over the years. I wish that there was someone who I could have looked at their history. Like, people now look at me and see all the stupid shit that I did over the years. They say, don't be like Dark Side Phil, 'cause look what you did, right? And I admit, you're right. I am like a case where you can watch my 11-year history and say, don't do half the stuff he did, because look at what happened to him. But
Only
please
half.
understand that I'm an evolving human, and I feel that I really have to try to make it better.
What are you, a fucking Pokemon? He's just evolving. Phil's a fucking Pokemon. He's evolving. Oh shit, this isn't even his final form. It's only gonna get worse. Shit. Fuck. Oh, fucking Christ. Sorry. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I only watched up to this part and I didn't know that was coming.
Over the years. And the fact that people think that things on the internet are black and white and last forever and people don't change is really messed up. You know, it's just look at, like we've talked about, cancel culture and all of that. Comedians say something 10 years ago on Twitter, and now they can't even do a stand-up comedy act because people hate them for something they did 10 years ago. That's how it is a lot of the times with me. And it's like, I don't know how do you fix that? How can I change now and make people believe that I'm different than who I was ago? I don't know how.
You
All
need
I
to
can do
change
is
your
try to
personality.
honestly put out the best content I can on a daily basis and not remake those same mistakes that I did, you know, way back when. So if you just give me a shot, maybe you'll like me. If you don't, who cares? Don't ever come back. Go jump back on the lolcow, you know, train and laugh and everything. I don't care. Do it all that. Just please understand that what you say and do on this planet has repercussions, concrete repercussions to people. And I and my family have had things happen to me because of the nasty stuff that people have said about me that's not true. Forget the stuff that's true. I don't care about the masturbation thing. Go ahead and joke about it till the cows come home.
Alright,
Call me a scammer.
Alright, I very rarely make a call to action because usually they can come back and bite you in the ass. But oh, did we lose? Ah, fuck. God damn it, we lost more. My apologies. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back. Sorry, I was just working on this new quote. Yeah, here's the thing. He's about to say something, and I rarely make a fucking call to action. I rarely do, because usually they can come back and bite you in the ass. But Phil openly admits this.
Make those same mistakes that I did, you know, way back when. So if you just give me a shot, maybe you'll like me. If you don't, who cares? Don't ever come back. Go jump back on the lolcow, you know, train and laugh and everything. I don't care. Do it all that. Just please understand that what you say and do on this planet has repercussions, concrete repercussions to people. And I and my family have had things happen to me because of the nasty stuff that people have said about me that's not true. Forget the stuff that's true. I don't care about the masturbation thing. Go ahead and joke about it till the cows come home. But when you...
There you go. So, like I said, I rarely make a call to action because, like I said, they usually backfire on you. But at Phil's next live stream, please, start a timer. Put a post saying, "Hey Phil, you're gonna be masturbating today," or something like that. Put on a timer and see how long it takes you to get banned. I'm very curious. I want a social experiment. We'll consider it a social experiment. Ah, that's beautiful.
Call me a scammer.
Oh, I'm
You
already
say
banned
that
from
I lied
DSP's
to the
chat.
IRS about my taxes, which I've never done. When you know, do horrible things behind the scenes to my wife and my family, that's really messed up. And it's remarkable. People say to me every day, how do you keep doing what you're doing? I'm like, I don't know. I just must have like the thickest skin, because some of this
Dude, you do not. You do not. It's all about the money.
stuff that people say and do to me on a daily basis, I know people would have given up a million years ago. But I love what I do for a living. I don't want to give up on the fans who I've been here for a very long time. A lot of people have stuck with me over the years, very, very loyal fans. And just please,
Yeah, they pay a lot.
What you say and do has repercussions. Don't be like me 10 years ago, where I would just say and do anything on a video or a stream just to get shocked. It's not worth it if you're going to actually hurt people to get a laugh or a jolly, or to get yourself over, to get you cheap views and money on YouTube. Please be more conscious of what you do, because it does have concrete consequences for the people who you are doing that to.
Yeah, hey, well, that's good advice, I think, in general. And
Yeah, don't be
me,
dark side Phil.
Phil,
There you go.
I've never had any interactions with you before, and I know there will be people in the comment section of this video that say, Jeremy, I fucking hate you because you didn't call him out on this or call him out on that. And I said to you up front that, and I'll probably put a bumper on this video that tries to like explain that wasn't my intent. It's not my intent to prove or deny X, Y, and Z of particular controversies that you've had in your life. Who the fuck can track them all?
Right.
But what I
Kiwi Farms can. And they did.
I'd hope to do is get to know you and let people also get to know you. And look, you stood by everything you said. You said, hey, we talked.
See you later, Matto.
You said, look, I'll talk about that, or I won't. I won't talk about this or that, but I'll talk about.
You have a good one.
We met in the middle. I got some questions, and I mean, I hope that people watching this were entertained. I definitely had a good time talking to you.
I enjoyed talking with you as well. And like I said, the reason I wanted to do this, because that was another question. Why now? Why would I do this particularly with you? Because you actually did a fair video about me. You made fun of me in it, and fair enough. But you were fair and honest, and you actually defended me when these media was coming out of nowhere trying to cancel me, which is hilarious. Like, that's ever going to work. After the shit I've been through, you think you could really cancel me? You're out of your mind.
Even Phil's starting to believe he's indestructible.
But you were so honest and fair with me, and I was like, this seems like a down-to-earth guy that I could have a conversation with, unlike a lot of the other people over the years who tried to get me on their shows for shock factor, or they want to get you questions. I'll get them with the get you questions.
Wait a minute, didn't the PK, fucking white boy, what, fuck's sake, white boy tried to get him on his fucking podcast, didn't he? White boy tried to get him on his fucking podcast.
And now we got that snippet we wanted. I didn't get that vibe from you from the video you made, and I said maybe I'll reach out and see what happens. And
White boy 7th Street.
All right, well, I appreciate. I know you streamed tonight. Hopefully, I think you have off tomorrow.
Nope, I'm here. I'm every day. I only get 1 day a week off.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. Well, then you'll be working tomorrow. This will come out in the afternoon. I'm gonna head to bed. It's earlier for you than me. It's a little after 1 now, but thanks so much.
Motherfucker, it's past 7 a.m. for me.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and I really...
Oh, it was a fucking slog, Jeremy. Jesus fucking Christ. It's a fucking slog. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get some calls in. Oh, speaking of calls, hey Diclonius. And the motherfucker went and gone silent on me. Diclonius, do you mind just taking the waiting room? You mind just making just sending the putting the link to the waiting room into the chat, and we'll get some calls in, see what's going on.
Okie dokie.
Thank you very much. We'll get some calls in, see what people think of DSP rewriting history. Yeah, we're gonna be on Discord, guys, just so everybody's aware. So open up your Discord. We're gonna get some calls in.
And you'll be on with Dante and the Dick.
Yeah, the big throbbing dick that he is. But first of all, Daclonius, let's get your opinions. What do you think of this fluff? This like, Jesus Christ, Jeremy was practically a fucking, like, in the porn business. There's a thing called a fluffer that gets the male actor ready. That's what Jeremy basically was at this goddamn point. And again, I don't want to be nasty to him, but this was a fluff piece.
It was. I mean, I pretty much only watched this with you because I was watching the retrospective all day.
Ugh.
But as far as this goes, yeah, this is pretty much Jeremy sucking Phil off.
Like this was fucking awful, man. Like this was the worst thing. Okay, so here's the worst thing. This was Jeremy trying to champion somebody against counterculture, but the problem is he picked the absolute goddamn worst fucking person.
Bingo.
Like the absolute fucking bottom of the barrel person to try and champion. And like, here's the thing: Jeremy's got quite a number of fucking the likes outweigh the dislikes, but the comments are none too favorable from what I saw when I refreshed the video. By the way, I'm not calling it again. I'm not calling it action. I'm not calling any action. But it's something I always do. You can find the original video in the description down below. But I'm not telling you to go and dislike it or anything like that. It's just
one guy.
Yeah. So let's bring in Black Doom. What's up, Black Doom?
Hello, is there anybody there?
I think Doom has come for his microphone.
Am I in? Hello?
Yo,
Hello?
what's up, Black
Can
Doom?
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just turning you up a bit for the audience.
Okay. It's my first time doing this. All right.
don't-
Sorry, I'm a scrub.
Don't worry about it, brother. We're all scrubs. Diconis is still fucking learning and he's been here ages.
All right, man. Whew.
So go on, what
This
do you
is-
think of that? What do you think of this fluff piece?
Well, like, I already knew this was going to basically be like a shit show. I already knew. So, like, if you're a detractor and you have the knowledge, you already know what's going to, go on. And if you know the quarter pounder, you know he's kind of a soy boy. And it happened. So, like, I can't really expect much from this dude. But to see Phil act so sleazy and act like an alien, because, he evolves.
He's a fucking Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. He lies to Retcons so much, man. I can't wait to see how the detractors just tear us apart, man.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to having Mighty D, like a video from Mighty D or fucking Snort Burnell. Fucking, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm sure if there's enough. Oh no, Medica can't do anything anymore because he's been silenced. Rest in peace, Mr. Medica.
Big F.
Fucking Memology. I'm sure Memology's gonna fucking deep dive on this bullshit.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous, man. There's people are actually defending him. That's crazy, and I think the people who defend him, because he's a quarter pounders on damage control, you can tell these people don't know who this guy is. Like, they don't know this guy was like, he may have been trying to talk to a 17-year-old. They don't know this dude is straight up racist. They don't know this guy constantly scams people. It's ridiculous, but also kind of shows how irrelevant Phil is. So, it kind of shows that Phil is kind of a relic, so there's no reason for him to have this big ego to think that he's like some old guard. He's back from the old days, and he's like the first Let's Player on the moon and all this bullshit.
Like, that's the thing. I mean, this is definitely gonna... You bring up Phil. Phil's an old relic, and he's gonna think he's coming. I guarantee you, on the next stream, Phil is going to be expecting the stream that happened today. Apparently, he got over $128 or something. I guarantee you, he's probably going to be thinking this is a new wave for him. Like he's going to step back into relevancy with all of this.
I mean, he thought that he could do it with Pro Jared. Like, you know damn well when that happened and he jumped on that, he thought he could, try to get on that hype train, but nothing really happened. So I know he got a little pissed, but he really needed that money. He really does, to pay his bills. So he pulled out another scam.
Of course,
this is unusual for the pig roach.
It was fucking shocking to see him in another person's video. I'll fucking say that. That was the first thing that took me by surprise. I was like, holy shit, he actually showed up. It wasn't a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, man. Memes, man. The pig roach is he's kind of like Wings. Very unpredictable. Sometimes he'll do things that you don't expect. But it's still at the same time, you kind of expect them to do that because of the way they've acted before,
Yeah, well, with Wings, I'd say there's more of an unpredictability, but with DSP, there's enough predictability that you could start playing bingo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're new. I'm assuming you're new here to my stream. We practically sometimes play bingo when we're doing what I call Let's Survives of his this set. You don't play it. And one of them consists of him sucking the dick of the game in the credits. Like he will give the game shit from here to fucking the moon. But by the end of the game, during the credits, he will be drooling all over that game's dick, trying to say, "Oh, it's a great game. It's a good game. I
Like Life
enjoyed
is
it."
Strange or something like that. Because I hear I can't watch those. I don't like those games, but I hear he really likes those games for some reason.
Because they're easy and they hold his hand.
Yeah, I
Simple
can
as
see
fuck.
him at the end. Oh, the game was really good, man. I really like the story and the characters, and the graphics look really good, guys. So, it sucks that people didn't come out to see us. So, it really sucks, but maybe guys will come later for my next stream of Life is Strange Season 334, Episode 21, guys.
Hold on. Sorry, this comment kind of makes me chuckle. It's kind of sad, really, how much hatred you have towards DSP. Even child rapists don't get this treatment from you. Are you fucking kidding me? Like child rapists actually, to be honest, they're one of the few people that actually get more hate from me than Phil. Which is a lie. I don't hate Phil. I dislike his methods. I dislike some of the shit he does. So to compare Phil to the comparison between Phil and a child rapist, Jesus fucking Christ, talk about an extreme.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't done that. He's not as bad as like Onision, who it's like on some child grooming shit. Now granted, Phil has kind of sort of done that with Panda Lee, but I wouldn't compare him to that. And I do hate him to an extent, but like I wouldn't like beat the shit out of him. Like he's not that bad, but it's just what he does and what he says.
And then
kind of like Wings.
Yeah.
LTG, he was like doxing people, and like that's something that's all these other the three locales, LTG, Wings, and DSP. They've kind of all done the same thing, but like I think LTG is the most extreme with this shit, and his fanboys like are ridiculous.
Oh, his fanboys already tried fucking taking me down.
Yeah, man, they're ridiculous. I mean, I know Dave had what's his name, Vidal, rest in peace Vidal, but I don't think he was as bad as that one guy that LTG had that was like doxing people and he was calling everyone clowns. I forgot, it was a while ago. Because Momology I think streamed him when
I was on that stream.
Oh, okay.
That's when
it was really late at night. I don't remember. I only watched like a few minutes because I was like, super tired.
Yeah, well, Sam, right? Yeah. Have you got? Well, we'll try and get more people on. Dead Cornish, do you want to post the link again? If people wait in the waiting room, we'll drag you in. Is there any?
Of course, Middleton's in, but he doesn't have a mic.
Middleton's not in the waiting room.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you've got a microphone, you wanna come on, give some thoughts. We'll drag you in. Black, you got any closing thoughts on all this?
Well, overall, and this is something I kind of said because there's a guy that I don't really think I'm arguing because the guy, I don't think he wants to argue. But I've said this: if you're a detractor, and if you've been here for a while, you kind of expect how this was going to go. And I kind of know the quartering. I don't really like him. I don't like him. But we already knew how this was going to go. We're surprised Phil even showed up. We thought he was going to be sick again because he has to schedule his day off to be sick. But yeah, he softballed them because of course he did. He wasn't going to ask any hard questions. He didn't ask. I highly doubt he asked any of the detractors really. So that's all I have to say. Big ups, Almighty Tech 7, Ed Gang. Snort, big up GTG, big up the detractors, and thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, not a problem. It's always good to have some people.
No problem, man.
Have a good one.
All right, peace.
Yeah, it goes back to what I said at the beginning that this is classified as an interview, but he really fucking did no research, which is what upset me the most about this.
This upsets me as a journalist because you're supposed to do your research. Now, if I were interviewing DSP, I would go in on his ass.
Oh.
Not that way. Dante, come on.
Well, you are a giant dick, so you know.
But you know what I mean. I would actually do my research. It would be no holds barred with me.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. Like I said, it's like shameless plug again. But even the free interviews I've done, I researched into the person's history. I found some interesting stuff. Like when I interviewed Guru Larry, I brought up his history with fucking art, and the fact that him and a partner of his were in talks with fucking Madhouse Studios to make cartoons out of this comic that Guru Larry used to write. I researched the hell out of that kind of stuff so I could bring up poignant, interesting questions. But Jeremy just fell back on questions that were handed to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't seen on Jeremy's Twitter, no question about taxes, no question about Leanna. I'm like, okay, this is really gonna go south. I know it, but I had to tune in just to.
Yeah, because then Phil would actually have to answer hard questions like, what did you mean when you turned around and said, if this happens again, you are not allowed to take her to hospital, just give her a pill and leave her somewhere. His exact goddamn words.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Other people just want to leave their girlfriends on the side of the road with a pill. But by the way,
Nice one.
Dallyberg and Carl the Horse, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated, brothers. Welcome to the Pig Rock Zone. But yeah, like it's, I don't know. If here's the thing, hypothetically, if I was doing this interview, it would be so much more different. You don't. What also got to me is the fact that he gave him the goddamn questions beforehand. He gave him the goddamn questions.
Yeah, that's just, to me, that's like being a journalist and just handing your story to a source for looking, See, I don't know how to explain this.
It's like telling fucking Nixon that about the tapes before fucking Watergate broke.
Bingo.
That's what that is. You know what? It's like the fucking Democratic Party giving Hillary the goddamn fucking questions before the goddamn debate. There's a more recent fucking example. And that's pretty much what fucking happened here. Jeremy gave him the questions.
Bush just said, let's see, Dante will hold Phil's gouty feet over the fire, damn straight.
I wouldn't fucking touch them feet. I'd throw him in the fucking fire. I'd be like Kane throwing Shane McMahon into that... No, I'd be like fucking Shane McMahon kicking Kane into that fiery dumpster. That's what I'd be. Just fucking drop kick his ass in.
Go to hell, you son of a bitch.
Remember how he promised his mum he would foreclose on the condo in Connecticut? Never happened. Remember when he told his mother that he'd have like a 2-year plan and that suddenly extended to 5 and now it's fucking 10 years?
10-year plan.
The fucking 10-year plan. Destiny, like I said, Destiny couldn't even fucking couldn't even fulfill its 5-year plan before they brought out Destiny 2. Oh fuck yes, this stream will be saved. Fuck yes, all my streams are saved. This will be up immediately after.
Cat is Phil's younger sister.
Better down. So yeah, have we got anybody else in chat who'd like to come in and give their thoughts on this stream? We're like Monday Night Raw. We're raw, uncut, uncooked. Raw. Of course, no, something else will come up that he's going to need money for. Like, it always fucking happens. Again, you could play bingo with Phil's antics at this point.
Cat's pregnant.
You know what? I think that would be the last thing that would shock me.
Can anything shock us at this point?
Yeah, I'd say that would be the last and only thing that would be able to shock me. That would be it. Alright, Blitz. You take care, Blitz, brother. Alright, well, if we've got if we got nobody else who wants to come, just post the link one more time in case there's someone else coming. We'll give it 5 minutes.
Okay.
By the way, just as a reminder, original video of this stream is in the description down below. So is my Let's Play channel, because you know I own 2 channels. I gotta promote my own shit. If I don't promote my own shit, then fuck, what am I doing? And again, I'd like to thank every single one of you for making this the most successful stream I've ever fucking had, considering we peaked at I think 80, 85 fucking viewers.
Middleton, I love you. Cat is the alien from Celebrity Deathmatch, while DSP is Cousin Grim and Leanne. The couch potato. God.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? No, instead of just being the potato, do you know what Leanna is? Leanna's GLaDOS as the potato. Fucking bipolar personality. Powered by a potato. That's what she is.
Yeah, give her a pill and leave her there.
Oh yeah. She'll be potatoed. She'll have people throwing potatoes at her in no time. Hey, Poppy, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Papa? How you doing?
What's up? So what'd you think?
Man, possibly the worst interview I've heard in a long-ass time. That was... To even get Phil to come on to do an interview is rare in itself, and you had the chance to at least ask one decent question, but you just softballed 5 of the easiest questions ever.
But the thing is like, just like his streams, just like his fucking streams, it seemed like Jeremy was fucking hand-holding Phil throughout the interview.
I mean, you could listen to any of Phil's pre-streams he does on a daily basis, and you got the exact same thing in this interview. Nothing was different.
Yeah, you're right. But no, I'd say the big difference is Phil actually had time to prepare for this.
Yeah, that is true. He had a good couple of days to... But then, even before the interview, I mean, his whole chat was just blowing him up. Are you doing the interview? Are you doing the interview? And then all of a sudden, his mods just started banning people who mentioned the quartering. It was crazy yesterday, actually, on that moment.
Yeah, quartering got fucking timed out as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I did too. You guys, 600-second timeout. You mentioned the interview. And Phil was trying to say he wanted to be a surprise for his fans, but he already tweeted about it days before this, so everyone already knew.
Yeah, again, honestly, I think the only reason Phil did this wasn't just because of the video. It's because quartering laid this out like a fucking WWE match. Like, it was all laid out. Here's our high spots. Here's our low spots. This is where we're gonna rest. Like, this shit was This shit was. I'm not saying all of it was scripted. Like well, I'm sure Phil's answers were scripted by himself. That's why we didn't believe a fucking word he said. But like, the format seemed to have been scripted. Like, I'm talking. I'm gonna be talking. Like, I'm literally going to ask you these questions.
That, and I'm pretty sure Phil was probably a little scared, even though the 3 websites that did report on his little comments he made were low-end websites. It was still an abundant amount of websites all of a sudden popping up saying, hey, look what this guy said. So I wouldn't doubt he got a little scared and was probably like, this is my best option to fucking squash this as fast as possible before the ball starts to roll.
Yeah, I mean, again, my stance is I don't like cancel culture, and I don't think Phil should be cancelled for what he has said in the past. But Phil has yet to apologise for all the stuff he said. Like, goddamn, he literally said the N-word on stream, and fucking PewDiePie said it on stream, and he got fucking crucified.
That's the pit roach for you. Somehow, some way, he's still going, even though he's done stuff that a normal person would get fucking canned in a heartbeat for it.
Fucking life finds a way. Bullshit. DSP finds a way.
Remember, Phil's the guy that said on April 1st, I'm not getting married, guys. I don't have money to do it. I don't have money to do it. Did it 10 times in a row. Then on April 10th, I got married, guys. Look at me. Let's have a stream. Oh, thank you for the money. This will
I would have thought he went over there to go to WrestleMania.
And then with the cat fiasco he had, that was man. He just every month he has a fundraiser marathon, and it just blows my mind that he does this every single month. I'm overdrawn, guys. Next week I'm overdrawn again, guys. And it's already been proven through Kiwi Farms. He makes $12K a month just off of tips, cheers, Patreon, Teespring, all that. He makes all this money, but yet he's constantly begging for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm a single parent, full time with my child, and I'm making it in life. How the fuck are you not fucking Phil? There's, I don't believe it.
Yeah,
Now that 12K.
Sorry, what?
Hold on. Now that 12K, is that before or after taxes?
I'm going to say it's probably before taxes.
Yeah, probably.
So probably maybe 10K, maybe.
I'd say more 10.5, close to 11.
I mean, how many times can you give the same overdraft story before people wake up and realize this dude's just lying to you guys and you keep falling for it? I mean, if you like his gameplay, I understand
sucker's born every day.
Like, just to speak from personal experience, alright? I'm doing fine. I make barely any goddamn money. I had $1 today. And I'm fine. I'm ecstatic that I ever get donations. Where Phil, it just seems like he's blasé at the idea of getting like $1 or something. Like he actually complains about it. And yet, I stream more than him. I stream 7 days a fucking week. I stream twice on Mondays. Well, now it's going to be 4 today because I've got a podcast as well, including this. I stream once on fucking Tuesdays, twice on Wednesdays, once on Thursdays, twice on Fridays, and I stream my recording sessions on Saturday and Sunday, and I don't even consider that work. Yet he considers what he does work. Get the fuck out of here. And I actually edit my shit as well.
Well, it's like this. This is how you describe Phil in a nutshell. Let's just say, like last week, he got gifted the Sega Mini, $80 from a fan. First stream he had it, he made almost $20-something off of it. Oh, you guys must really love the Sega Genesis. Oh, we'll start playing more of it. Second stream, does the Sega Genesis again, makes about $20. Well, I guess you guys don't like it no more. I'm going to have to figure something else out now.
It's like he's not even in it for the game anymore. By the way, Diclonius, go fuck yourself with that comment. God damn it. You massive dick. You massive dick. That's only a half truth. Alright, but no, like, it's like, he's only in it for the fucking, again, he's not in it for the money, he's not in it for the game, he's in it for the money. Where me, again, like I said, I'm only speaking from personal experience because that's what only the stand I can fucking speak from. I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses for like, fuck, I think I'm on like my 15th session of it right now. And I'm enjoying all of that. And guess how much I've made while playing it? Duck egg. But that's I'm not in it for the money. I'm just enjoying playing the game. And honestly, I just love entertaining people. That's one of the other reasons I did this stream, is because I enjoy entertaining people. But Phil's not in it for that anymore. He doesn't entertain people. He's in it for the money. And the people he does entertain have been conditioned to enjoy it like they've been beaten with Cat's disembodied fucking horsecock.
Yeah, and at this point, because I used to do wings a lot, detractor, and now I'm on the Phil detractor side. I'm on Kiwi Farms and all that. I'm really starting to think that he has no debt and that all this money he's getting is his 10-year plan to retire and not get a job. That's how I see it.
Like it's extra income? Oh yeah, that's...
I don't know, I'd say I'd obviously subscribe to that speculation. A big ups Liquid Richard, by the way. But I would say I heard that Diclonius. Shout out Sean Ranklin. God damn it.
Yeah.
You whisper, but you whisper so fucking loud I can hear it. But at least the only thing I would say you still got to pay off, like genuinely, is probably the condo. That's probably what he's still got to sell off. As far as any other debts, outside of regular bills, I'm pushing towards the subscribing to the idea of that he really doesn't have as much debt as he is. I think he might have a little debt, but nowhere near as much. Especially, like I said, when he pulled the fucking arbitrary $1,000 donation out of his ass, when he even turned around and admitted in the same goddamn sentence, in the same fucking breath, that if he got a couple of hundred, he would have been ecstatic. Ecstatic.
That's
And you got a wife who's bringing in a second income. You ain't fooling me, Phil. You ain't fooling me, dude.
Yeah, I mean, horses at the track make a lot of fucking money. And that jockey rides her like a motherfucker.
Jim rides her here like no tomorrow.
Jai's a senior rank one. Yeah, definitely. Alright, you got any, Papa, you got any closing statements you'd like to end on this stream?
If you don't ever tip Phil, even if you're going to troll him, just add his ass, at Darkside Phil in the chat. When he's looking at the chat, you'll get him then. Don't give him any pity bucks, because at the end of the day, 20% of his revenue is all troll tips. And if you cut that out, it's better to see him squeal when he's not making much money on his tips. He'll start being all negative and sad. That's the best time for Phil to hang himself.
I subscribe to that idea as well. Don't tip him if you're a detractor. If you're detracting him, don't tip him, because you just come... I'm not going to say you come off as a massive hypocrite, but it is kind of... It's kind of hilarious seeing people on one side saying that, oh, it's hilarious that he's scamming people out of so much money while also giving him troll tips, considering, you know, he gets money out of that. Alright, well, I think, you know, like I said, it's now 7:30 in the fucking morning, and this stream has gone on for how fucking long? 3 goddamn hours, god damn it. So, I'm gonna end the stream for today, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Big ups to fucking Memology for the shout out. I much appreciate it. Check out my Let's Play channel that's in the description down below. I will have a Let's Survive later today of Dead Rising 2 DSP. This is how you don't play. I'm going to play the trailer for my Let's Play channel. If any of you are interested in subscribing to it, then you'll be able to see what it's all about here. And I will see you all later. Take care, everybody. What's up, everybody? I'm Dante Crisis, and this is my channel where I do Let's Plays, interviews with internet personalities, preview screens with betas and demos, and talking points on stories in the gaming world that I wish to talk about. So I hope that this trailer will interest you in subscribing and becoming a part of the Crisis Corps.